Gentlemen, the podcast here on May 4th, broadcasting from the Dry Shitties.
That's right. I like your Star Wars shirt.
Thank you, sir.
It is May 4th. It is Star Wars Day.
May the Force be with you. I had to explain that to my kids this morning.
I always like the Schwartz. The Schwartz was always good.
Be with you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Today we have a special guest, Jared Medieval.
Awesome.
Awesome,
Perfect.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. I think we're still working on this. Right,
Okay.
give it right there. Yeah, first time, long time listener. Yes.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Once again, still no comments on any of the on our shows on Podbean or YouTube.
Just one on YouTube.
One on YouTube. Bill Smith, good old Bill Smith, letting us know how we're doing. The rest of the internet thinks we're doing just fine.
Right.
So we're doing great. Right. We are winning the internet.
That's
Apparently.
awesome.
Since no one's telling us we're not.
Right.
Right?
Apparently.
I mean, who calls in and says, "Oh, you guys are doing a great job"? Nobody. Nobody saying, "Hey, your
in.
product.
We don't have a phone number.
Your product works."
That's true. They only call
like,
when it's crap.
They only call when something's broken. So we're doing all right. I think we're doing great.
So today's episode is all about Magic the Gathering.
Magic.
Quick story. I had invited a friend over one time when I was a teenager for a birthday party. I said, it's a magic party. We're going to play magic cards. And so we all brought our Magic the Gathering cards. He didn't know what Magic the Gathering was, and his mom bought him a pack of magic, like, I'm going to do a
Playing
trick.
cards. Awesome.
So he brought him and was like, I brought my deck, but I don't think it's... So we just gave him some cards. But how long have you been playing?
Oh, gosh, since I've been like 10.
Right on.
Yeah, so like 22 years now.
When did you get in? Like, what expansion?
Unlimited or revised?
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
before me, man. I got in at Arabian.
Okay.
So, like, right after that. But, yeah.
I still have not gotten into it.
Yeah, I can't get this guy into it. He's got too many hobbies. So, real quickly, just for those who don't know, we'll run through briefly Magic. It's a collectible card game. So you can get you can buy a pre-made deck type of a thing, or you can buy booster packs. And the booster packs, here, I got one for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. The booster packs, buy these things, they're like $3.99 on average. It seems to be going up lately. It's like,
It has. I remember when I was buying them, $1.99.
yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And back in the day, they didn't have this foil.
No.
So you could take a flashlight underneath and push the
never
top
did that.
card. Oh, yeah, we
That's
did it all the
awesome.
time. Like Legends, in the Legends expansion, you could push the back card and be like,
yeah.
shit, there's a mirror image or whatever in
Exactly.
here. So, yeah. So you just bust these open, and then there's a bunch of commons in the front, typically. Like, I think it comes with 15 in the pack, usually with some lands in the back.
Nowadays, yeah, it's 15.
Yeah. And then you get 3 uncommons, and then a rare. Oh, I got some sort of land, Temple of Malady, and then just the bullshit planes in the back. But anything good?
Let's see. We got a Fleet Feather Cockatrice.
I've seen that
I've
porno.
had that before.
Yeah. Oh, those
Yeah.
are good.
And a mountain.
A
And a
cockatrice. It's like
mountain.
a chick who's really good with the cock.
You know what I love is when you've played you've played Magic a long time. You know when you've played. You know when someone's played Magic a long time when they open the pack and they go, "What's the best card?" The island.
Yeah.
It's like I pulled an island because blue's the best. Arguably, obviously, But so anyway, so you buy these packs. You typically make a 60-card deck. You can only have 4 of any card except basic lands, and each person has 20 life. And you're like a wizard, and you can summon creatures and stuff, and you attack each other. So that's just kind of a basic of the game for anybody who doesn't know. But other than that, we can get into the complexities for the true Magic players.
Of course.
So yeah, I had a bunch of topics I wanted to chat with, or whatever you got.
Sounds good.
Do you play Friday Night Magics, or what do you typically play?
I haven't played in a while. My wife and I, in and out, and I got her introduced about 4 or 5 years ago. So we played with all my old cards. I think I stopped playing at like 8th edition. And then we picked it back up. She's like, oh, here's $100 worth of Magic cards. I was like, oh, okay. And then we just built decks.
That's a good
and had
woman.
fun time. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
good
a
woman.
right there.
Yeah. It was fun.
That's a keeper.
Yeah, it is.
I did the same thing with my wife.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you notice all that shellac.
That's awesome.
And I got rid of half of the pile. I'm just trying to get rid. I have too many goddamn cards here, but yeah, we've been obsessed with Magic for a long time too. it just becomes like this thing where you're like, I gotta get these cards, and then you're like, oh, this is out of control.
Was it you were signed like in tournaments? You're signed a number.
So when you go to a tournament, is that what you're asking?
Well, I mean, because I remember you telling me the story of you and your brother going to.
Oh yes. Okay, so yeah, me and my brother hadn't played a tournament for a while, and you know your DCI card.
Yeah.
So you get a DCI card, and it's basically your number that Wizards of the Coast, who is owned by Hasbro now, they have a number for you, so you can play anywhere else. So you could go to Japan, or I've played in Hawaii, and then you give them your DCI card. And it registers you, so it can enter you if you want to go to like national tournaments and that kind of thing, or just to see your rankings online or whatever. So my brother and I had forgotten our DCR numbers. They looked us up and they said that ours were the 4-digit ones. That's how early we got the awesome. DCI numbers, was like way back when it first started. I was lucky and went to the very first RadCon here in Tri-Cities. It was at the Tower Inn in Richland. And Wizards of the Coast was there, and was during the Arabian Nights, and this guy's like, hey, let me show you guys this game, and he just gave us a ton of cards from Arabian Nights, because back then,
that's amazing.
A Mox was like $5-10.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Now, a Mox goes for $300 to $600, and the Lotus is between $1,000 to $10,000, depending on what
Exactly.
My dad sold his Beta Lotus, and he bought himself some nice stuff with it.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can buy a car. If you get it. What's the rating system they use? That's like there's one that everybody goes to.
The Alpha, I think, is the very first, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
If you mail it to this rating company, they'll rate it, and if it gets like a 9.7, an Alpha Lotus can go for as high as like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. It's insane. For a piece of cardboard.
I know. I'm speaking of card games like this, it reminds me of I don't know if you guys played Pokemon, but way back when it first started, my friend had the ultra rare first edition Charizard, and he sold that piece of cardboard for $100 when he was 14 years old.
That's
to
awesome.
Some other kid who was probably 10 years old.
For $100.
Exactly.
A 10-year-old kid. I tried to go to your mom. Hey, can I buy this piece of cardboard?
Yeah,
because that's essentially what it is. It's
exactly
a sticker, to her for $100.
Yeah. We made $100.
Yeah. You know what I did is I would have my dad buy, because he had a business license. Well, he still does, but he had a business, so he was able to buy boxes of Magic cards. And then we would do the flashlight trick, pull out packs. This is so shitty. Pull out the good stuff for ourselves, and then I would take the extra packs and bring them to school, and I would undersell the comic book shops by 50 cents. And then it was tax-free, and I was still making money and pay the box off.
That's impressive.
I was such a freaking hustler back in the day with Magic cards. It was like cardboard crack. But I had my Lotus. I had a Beta Lotus stolen.
What kind of?
I had all my cards stolen.
What kind of Magic cards you want today?
What you guys need? What you want, son?
I got it.
I got a Bird of Paradise.
Yeah.
I got a Fork Lightning.
You want my Alpha, Beta?
Look,
what
you
need?
always need some land. You get some land. I'll throw five in there for you.
Yeah. So that was, some
an
of
extra
the fun
50
stuff
cent.
back in the day.
Yeah. 50 cent. I'll throw 10 land in there for you.
No, I remember going to school too, and everyone before school started start playing, and it would be the ante up. We'd play against each other, and it's like,
oh yeah, ante. They got rid of that quick.
Yeah, they did. But I remember doing that, and it's like, I can't play. My best cards are in here. I'm sorry, I can't play.
Did it ever get banned?
No, they never banned it at school for me. No.
They tried to at Kennewick High. They were like, what's this thing? Because people play in the library at lunch and after school. And as long as there was no gambling involved, which the librarian didn't even care. He was a Vietnam War vet. Have I told this story in the podcast?
I don't think so.
One day he comes to school.
He used to play Russian roulette when he was in Vietnam.
Well, he had some issues. So he
Mao.
I remember our history class, he came in and he showed all these pictures and whatever. And then we're like, whoa, this guy's
the gruesome war.
Yeah,
pictures.
it was bad.
This is my friend with his guts spilling out.
But, wow. No, it was more like him and his friends hanging out, but then he talked about shit in the background. So he never took pictures of bad stuff. So anyways, he comes to school one day, and he's getting out of his car in the parking lot, and Kennewick High is by where KGH used to be, the hospital. And a helicopter goes landing in to pick somebody up. He freaks the fuck out. He starts going, ah! Ah! He's screaming, just screaming. He's like flailing his arms, and two teachers had to come up, and the kids are like, what the shit? He had a total PTSD flashback.
Wow.
We're like, this guy's seen some shit. So nobody fucked with him, by the way. You didn't want to come behind and be like, hey, and then he like snaps your neck So, anyways,
you stay, spacing off out into the distance.
Needless to say, the librarian gave a fuck about Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Because, like, remember they banned like Unholy Strength because of the background pentagram. They took it out, and now it's back in. Nobody gives a shit.
Well, do you remember what was it, Demonic Tutor?
Yes, Demonic Tutor.
I have one of the
Originals,
revised that has that on there, and one of my friends, he had a black deck. It was like a 50 card, just speed kill, and he had 4 of those in there.
Yeah.
His mom found it, ripped those 4
Oh,
cards out, tossed them in
God.
the trash, and horrible.
Magic the Gathering and Harry the Potter.
Yeah.
Harry the
it's
Potter.
like
It's a gateway drug
that's
to
what I was
Satan.
thinking.
Gateway.
If it was banned, or if like
Hell.
any religious groups tried to come at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just like Dungeons and Dragons was, just like
Yeah.
everything else.
I went to St. Joseph's and played it, though, and they didn't give a shit at all.
Wow.
They didn't care
Right?
at
You think
all.
the place that
Yeah,
would
right.
be totally
Exactly,
against
exactly.
it?
Like, whatever. It's made by a mathematician,
Whatever
Richard
you're-
Garfield. Who
See,
gives a-
that's the thing. No one understands. It was made by a mathematician.
Yeah, at Walla Walla College.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like,
yeah.
whatever. Your parents, as long as your parents pay the bills.
Yeah, and it was funny
I
because
don't
my dad.
care.
I want to say my 9th or 10th birthday. We had a Marvel Comics bookstore. It was literally like 6 blocks away from our house. We walked down there. We bought one actual box of cards, and so we went to Dairy Queen. We're sitting down eating our burgers, and he was reading the instructions. He's like, well, looks like we need a second box. So we went back, bought
That's
another
cool,
$10
Dad.
pack, and then we bought like 3 boosters.
What city was this?
This was down in Modesto, California.
Oh, right on.
And then we went home after like going to an arcade, and we played, and it was just a lot of fun. And from that day, I was like, Dad, let's play again. Let's play again. It's like, I'm sorry, I have to clean. I have to do work. It's like, no, I want to play. There's no one else I can play with.
Yeah.
And then I found out that all my other friends played it too. So it's like, okay, cool.
so
let's
cool.
go.
Use your closet magic
Yeah, exactly.
players. That's funny.
You know, earlier you said ante-up. A lot of people may not know what that means. In the early days of Magic, you could actually, when you play the game, you would cut your deck, or your opponent would, and then you'd take the top card that wasn't a land. You'd go until it was a non-basic land. And then that card, whoever lost, you get that card from your opponent at the end of whoever won. So you'd ante up. And then they had cards that would actually change the way the ante worked. So they had ante cards that would, like, you know, if you lose, you ante another card, or the
Yeah.
opponent loses, that kind of shit. They got rid of all of those because they didn't want to make it gambling.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gambling.
It's cards, but
Make it legal in all 50 states, not just Nevada.
yeah. To answer your question, I never got into Pokemon only because I got into Magic first.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people start at Pokemon and then move to Magic. It seems like that seems to be the typical move, but not always.
Yeah.
Some people go the other way, but
Yeah,
Is
no,
it because
started
it's
with
a kid
Magic.
thing or a sophisticated?
Exactly.
there's a lot of that.
It's-
And I also think Magic's a little more complex, but
Yeah.
Magic is going, it seems like, the way of Pokemon now. So did you notice they changed it where they don't have a yearly anymore? Like, you know how they always have a yearly release, like
Yeah.
M11, M12. They got rid of that. And they're just doing the expansion thing, which seems to be a take from Pokemon. Also, I noticed that Pokemon, if a card typically gets over $50, they reprint it immediately.
Yeah, so that
And
way
I
it
think
doesn't...
Magic's going to do that to try and keep... I mean, you still need 4. That's still $200.
Oh, yeah.
It keeps it collectible, but relatively affordable. So I think they're going that way.
It looks like it. I mean, one of our friends that sits right next to us, he had one of the Planeswalkers. His name is like Jason, and he sold that guy for like $500.
Jesus.
And it's like, for one cardboard, like we talked about earlier.
Oh, you're talking about Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. $500. Turned around and bought like just $500
No,
worth of
Jason
magic
from
cards.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You know, that one.
He's a Planeswalker.
He's a planeswalker.
Yeah.
Can't die.
There's
No.
a Freddy
Right?
Planeswalker.
He's water based,
Yes, he is water based.
Lake based.
lake based.
He's green and blue.
But yeah, no, it's just insane because just all those cards being that much and printed for a penny on the dollar.
Yeah.
And the chance of getting one of those is just so astronomical. But when you do, it's like coveted by everyone. It's like the One Ring.
Right.
You know, it's like, my precious, I can't live without it. You don't want to play with it, but you don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, the collectability of it.
And then besides that, it's also just the OP-ness of that card.
Right.
It's like you play with the card and it just breaks the entire game.
Right.
There's
Yes.
nothing you can do to counteract its effects.
So it's like if you play, you just know you're gonna win.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
like if that comes up, one of your top 7 cards, it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna win this game. It's gonna be easy. It's I have friends who had crafted these amazing decks later. Gosh, this was like 10 years ago even, but ones where they would literally just lock you in, and you could not play a turn out of every, like, there's 6 turns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just insane, the concepts and the ideas that people had and the cards that they came out with. It's just insane.
So it's not so much the cards that you have, it's how you play them.
Exactly. It's the combination of what you do. Like, he had one where going in, you can have 4 of each card, unless it's some sort of, like, legendary card, and it will state, like, you cannot have more than one of these cards in play at all between you or your opponent. And he would have 4 of these cards, and he can put these counters on them at the beginning of each of his turns. And after he got rid of, like, 4 of them, he could take another turn after his. So when he has 4 of those, and every turn he's getting one, at turn 4, he basically gets to have four turns after his turn, and he's still gaining counters on the rest of them. And then it's like, okay, so I can do nothing at this point of the game. Yeah. Have fun. And I can't do anything to counter it, because I haven't been able to untap my land, so I can play any of my own cards. So it's it's insane, just the theory crafting behind it.
So, like, here's an example of some bullshit cards that are awesome. So you got, the Mox, 0 to lay out, and it gives you a black mana. So if you have a land and this, right off the bat, you got 2 mana.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Oh, I just happen to have a Dark Ritual at the same time.
That's another great card.
Oh, look, I'm going to lay out Liliana of the Veil. This is an $80 card right now. It's a bullshit card. And then Deathrite Shaman. So in that turn, if you had 1 black...
I think I've seen Deathrite Shaman.
Deathrite Shaman's awesome. For some reason, and I'm convinced people at Wizards do this, Wizards of the Coast, they have Richard Garfield's son working for them or something, and he smokes dope, and he's like, how about a card that you can pay green, or you can pay black, like it's your choice, and then it'll have more powers because of that. Like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense. And this card is ridiculous. 3 abilities.
It's broken.
It's so broken. This card is so over the top. That's why I play with 4 of them. Yeah. So it's just like shit like that, and then they go, okay, we got to restrict. They have a restricted list and a banned list. Banned, you can't play at all if it says banned in certain formats, and then restricted, you can play with 1. So it's just, I don't know, it's interesting.
It really is.
Yeah, and then here's what's really interesting is the whole non-reprint list, which people are kind of pissed off. There's a list of cards that they said they'll never reprint, like the dual lands, moxes, blah, 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 blah. But then what happens is you have the Chinese knockoff market. And those cards look, I don't know if you've seen them.
I have not.
I ordered some, and they look fantastic. And for $15, you can get yourself a Power 9 set, and you could play with it in a tournament. Nobody would know.
Aren't they already made in China? The Magic cards?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's probably just the same factory, and then they're making side
just
profit.
Yeah, they just trim a little bit off the top.
Market, that's what it is.
The magic black market.
The shitty thing is people would sell those, and I don't think that's cool.
Yeah,
but I have
so
no
that's the problem.
problem. So this brings up the whole subject of collectible card game versus a living card game. You know what a living card game is?
I've played
so a living card game, for people who don't know, is like I have Star Realms down there. That's a fun game. You buy the box, and you get every card in the set.
Yeah.
Boom, right off the bat. You don't have to buy packs. I mean, they have expansions, but it's not like random. You know what you're getting. So you just buy the whole card set, and you're done. Magic isn't that way. Like, you saw us open those packs. It's completely random. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So...
$4.
I played the Star.
$4.
I played the Star Realm game. It's actually pretty fun.
And they just put out a new expansion, which we got. But it's like, so far in the Star Realms, and we bought my brother got... No, Nikisha got the Kickstarter, my wife, and even with the Kickstarter, that gives you the little extra stuff and the bonus box. I think we're like $60 into it.
Oh yeah.
Magic, I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars.
$60 is it's a good start.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a good start.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's not even a start. That's the whole thing. For like $60, you can have all of Star Realms so far.
And then if you want to make another deck with adding a couple extra cards, because I've played a couple living card games where a lot of the cards are interchangeable. So if you want 2 packs of like 3 of the same card, then you just go out and spend the extra $10, get the extra,
and you know you're getting it.
Exactly. So you don't have to worry about spending $1,000 just to get those 3 extra cards that you want, or just going out and dropping it on eBay and saying, okay, I want those 3 cards, and that's $200.
So I think that Wizards' issue is the Chinese knockoffs is going to be a problem. People aren't talking about that, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, they're not.
And then printers are getting better. So just like maybe even at home you might be able to print it, but like these new ones, I bought one and I ripped it in half. It had the blue line.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, we ripped it. Remember? Yeah. And I ripped it in half. It was the I already have 4 of them. They just threw it in for free. It's the wolf guy that flips the first one. I mean, now they got a ton, but it was the first one from a Nestorad, where he does like 2 damage or 3 damage, and you flip him back over, and he becomes 4/4 trample. I can't remember his name. He was like $25. It looked great when I ripped it, blue line and all that.
Wow.
And the thing is, if you're at a tournament and you have, let's say, you have Lotuses or whatever, right, and they're knockoffs. Someone's like, well, I want you to rip it in half. No one's going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And no one's going to say, hey, take it out of the sleeve. Are you kidding me? You want me to take this $1,000 card out of the sleeve? They don't know.
And you prove it's real.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then now it's no longer $1,000.
So there's no regulation on it. I've looked this up. So there's no stopping it. The only prevention to that is MTG Online, which most people don't. I play it occasionally. But it costs money, and you're buying a digital thing, which feels
and it's just not
weird.
the same.
It's not
as actually having someone right across from you playing the game, and
Some people Skype games instead of playing MTG Online.
I have to say, way back when, I used to do that with my friend when I moved like 100 miles away. It was like, we get on, and this was back with AIM, not even Skype. And we'd be like, okay, I played this card. And like, I would, cell phones, what are those? It was like, I don't know.
Was it like 5 set frames a second,
Yeah, well, no, it was just text-based. Like, we didn't even have pictures.
God forbid you got to drop a Chaos Orb. Shit. How's this going to work? Can you drop a card for me?
Yeah, exactly. It's like...
Proxy it in for me?
But, I mean, we'd play all those games just off that, and it would work, but it was just not the same. Not the same as playing at the table, having fun. Yeah,
I've done a few Skype games, and I like it better than playing MTG Online. The nice thing about MTG Online is if you're new to the game, it forces you. There's no bullshitting the rules.
Exactly.
You can't be like, oh, I'm going to lay this down. No, you couldn't lay that down.
It's like, you got to untap your land first, and then you have to put that down.
It gets all the steps downs, instants, and back when they had interrupts.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So it's nice for rules, but overall, in person seems more fun.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially among friends.
Yeah.
I mean, then you can BS back and forth. You just have a more enjoyable time.
I'm more of a casual player, and then occasional Friday Night Magic, and then maybe once every year I play a big tournament. That's about it. But I play with a group of guys here in town, and we jump from... Have you been to Beta in Richland?
I have not.
Brand new magic shop. There's a new magic shop right here downtown Kennewick.
Where's the one in Richland?
About?
Is that the one that's in the George Washington Way, like Safeway area?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, it's right next to that sub shop.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because when I was there the first time, I think the Seahawks were playing. I'm not a big football guy, but the Seahawks were playing, so they have a projector. So that's playing in the background so people can still watch their game as you're playing Magic, and they have the whole computer thing like you do at a real Magic store, which we've never had in the Tri-Cities, where you can go in and go to the computer. I need this card, or I want to trade in for store credit.
Yeah.
Like Card Kingdom in Seattle, you ever been there? That place is amazing. And they have the Mox Cafe. It's great. They have alcohol and everything, man. It's
everything
a dream. Because most Magic people that play hardcore and have money are over 21.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
For the most part. So, but yeah, it's nice that we finally have that. And then there's, of course, the comic book shop, Adventures Underground.
Yeah.
Then around the corner from them is like an anime, Sunken Treasure
video game. Yeah,
and then... Here in downtown Kennewick is that new one, and I went there. It's not bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's not too bad. They're nice people. So it's kind of blown up recently. Back in the day, we had Infinite Frontiers and what's the other one? Out by Chuck E. Cheese. Dan owns it.
That wasn't that
Our
Infinite.
buddy Dan.
Wasn't that
Infinite Frontiers, and then the other one over. Anyways, but that was it back in the day, and then another small one. But it's kind of blown up recently.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
Which is interesting. Yeah, so it's nice, but for the most part, I'm kind of casual, like you.
Yeah, every once in a while, I'll drop a couple bills and just get updated, and then if there's something that's like, I want that, then spend a little bit extra money, but I can't do what I used to do. So,
right. Yeah. I'm the same way, man. It's like, I got kids that are in middle school and bills and
I can't be spending a couple $100s out of each paycheck on cards when I have to take care of a family.
Yeah.
So
it's way too expensive.
It is.
The way to do it, if you're going to do it, is you buy a box and then you just pick what you're going to play. Like, I'm going to play only black, or I'm going to play just this type of deck, aggro, whatever, counter, doesn't matter. and then you just pull those out and you sell everything back, so you're only like at 1/3 the cost of a $90 online box. So it's like $30 you're into it, and you get your 60 back. That's what a lot of people do. But then there's the greedy people, like, I just fucking
want it all. I want it all.
Look at my goddamn living room.
And the boxes that you have, just the cards, Get rid of it.
Those white boxes, those ones over there.
Wow.
I gave away 3 boxes to a friend of mine, AJ, who's in my group. And he sends me a picture. He's like, dude, you gave me a Planeswalker in this. I'm like, cheers, brother, just keep it. I gotta get rid of that shit. I don't have time. So he was like,
wow,
thanks.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I just can't. It's too much shit. But yeah. So funny story. When I went to Hawaii to play, I was like, I gotta play in Hawaii. And then I'm kind of pissed because we went to a Magic shop when I was in Japan, but I didn't play in a tournament. And watching them is amazing in Japan because they'll literally count your deck, and then they'll like split your deck, and then they stand up. I mean, it's very, very organized.
Oh, yeah.
Versus in the U.S., when I play Friday Night Magic, it's a casual format. So, like, let's say you're kind of a new player or just a casual player, and you're like, oh, dude, I forgot to draw last turn. I'll just draw a fucking card.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
But if you tell them that there, it's like...
Yeah, in Japan, they're like, no.
You
then
missed it.
when I was in Hawaii, there's a lot of Asian people. So there's this Korean dude I'm playing. This guy was an ass fucking hole. There were other Koreans there. They were nice. I'm not shitting on Koreans. I'm shitting on this one guy. So I lay down this card, and he's like, no, that would kill your own creature. He dead now. And I go, well, I wouldn't have done that then. I didn't know that rule. And he goes, nope, he's dead. Don't get greedy. And when he said don't get greedy, I just was like... I wanted to punch him in the fuck of him. Like, dude, we paid $5 to play today. This is a casual format, and you're being an asshole. He's gonna win regardless. I was like, I'm done. I'm so done. I was steaming.
I can imagine.
Like, this fucker. It's like, dude, this is not a national tournament, you ass. Fucking dick. So people like that I hate. That's why I just go back to casual. I'm like, fucking, I'll go back to it.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't play a lot of other games. I don't know if you've played it, Warhammer.
I've only watched.
Yeah,
but goddamn, those people are intense.
There's like, no, it's not in the arc. You can't shoot that person. I'm sorry. And it's just, and they actually have their protractors and their rulers and everything on them, so they can actually check the angles and make sure. It's ridiculous.
You're a centimeter off. That is not within firing range.
Exactly.
The elf, was it Warhammer 20,000 or is it Warhammer the medieval
I've seen
one?
Both.
Which one were you playing at the time?
It was the 40K. I was playing
40K.
with
That's
friends.
the more popular one.
Yeah, I've been playing with the friends, and we were just playing casually with him. Oh, it was just
that's what I don't get.
It was just horrible.
So Warhammer, have you seen it?
I'm aware of it.
It's these little plastic collectible things. They look cool, but you got to paint them yourself.
Yeah.
And they're expensive as fuck, and they come from the UK. So it's like this little tank is $80.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what the shit?
But it's the best thing you can ever get in the game.
I just used one of my G.I. Joe tanks.
You know what?
There you go.
It was a lot cheaper.
But you know what people are doing with that one instead of getting, because they do have Chinese knockoffs of
course.
that. But even better, I've seen this. People play just the cardboard league, where they just take the stats, because everybody knows the stats online.
yeah.
And then they just use a cardboard stand-in, and like, that's the tank, bro.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm paying $80. Yeah. I have an imagination.
Yeah.
We're already imagining these tiny things are tanks. Like, we can
Exactly.
say the cardboard thing's a tank. The rules are the same.
It
Got
is.
the dice,
You almost have to give it up for the people who really meticulous about the landscape, though.
Oh, the landscape's
I have
beautiful.
to say,
That's like
seeing those people that design those. Oh,
I have to give you some respect for that.
I play Star Wars X-Wing, and I'm a little obsessive.
I love that game. I haven't bought my own set, but I've played with lots of friends who have like almost everything, and they do the same thing.
Yeah,
they'll have the little stand-ins, and it's like,
Yes!
well, I don't have the actual pilot for this, but he's this guy. It's like, okay,
All right.
what does he do? It's like, no, that's broken. I'm sorry, you can't play that game.
That's why you're picking it.
It's
No,
almost
you
like
have to spend the $20 to go get that.
yeah. I
piece.
was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say it's like you have to. You can't play it unless you own it.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was
Someone built Hoth. Remember we saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They
dude.
built it with LEDs in the base, and here's the best part: it looked fucking amazing. It's bigger than
was
this
great,
table.
yeah.
The guy goes, "This isn't to scale." I'm like, who gives a shit? That looks amazing. That's how
And he's
nerdy
got
he
this,
is.
this huge ass.
That's something
lamp
you
on
would
it,
say.
and
This guy would build. It's not the scale. It's not how I want. It's not perfect.
Excuse me, it's not to scale. I haven't had
I've
time to
spent
paint it.
this the
No,
prototype.
it's great.
I
It's great,
spent
Doc.
300
It's great.
hours on it,
Yeah,
but it's not the
exactly.
scale.
No.
I'm just not happy with it. Like anybody's like, whoa.
It won Miniature of the Year award, but it's not to scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
that's
beautiful.
intense.
And then what they did too is they built AT-ATs and stuff, and they took them from Imperial Assault, which is also a badass game.
Yep.
And they created Imperial Assault
Assault
shit to fit into X-Wing, so you can actually use them in X-Wing to attack stuff. And they made turrets, and the turrets had their own things. But these guys were gangster.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was amazing.
Did a little satellite dish, whatever that thing did.
The ion cannon.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? A little boob.
It's Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up.
It's Star Wars Day too.
Yeah. So, getting off a little track from Magic.
Yes, well,
Still.
then let's bring it back.
So Cesar has this box that he got from his
my gosh.
sister.
Yeah, my sister acquired, much like I one time acquired a.
Here you go.
Oh, okay. A collection.
Oh, geez.
Ooh, geez.
This happens in here you go.
Nice.
This happens in Magic a lot, where someone's just like,
And,
"Look, I had these when I was a kid. I don't know
I've
if they're
done
worth
it.
anything.
I've
Here
picked
you
it
go."
up.
And then you open it, and sometimes it's like, "Holy Christ!" But most of the time, it's.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
brought it. I did acquire a collection once, because this guy was moving to Kansas and getting married. Loser. I don't think he'll see this. So
Hey,
then,
if he does, good.
so then I brought it over to Mike, and we looked at it and looked through it, and they picked it apart. And I don't know what happened to the rest. Did I just leave him here?
Are you talking about Harrison?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I got a lot of his shit. I pulled out the good stuff. I probably pulled like $500 worth of good shit. The rest I
But it
gave
was
away.
boxes. It was like
Dude,
boxes of it.
boxes. I
Like,
could see why he didn't want to go through.
Mailboxes.
First
Not
up-
mailboxes. Shipping boxes.
If Harrison's listening, he's cool as fuck.
No,
I
he's
like
cool.
him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I remember he came back. He's like, "What
he's
single,
single,
Kansas."
no kids. Well, he was single at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Single, no kids, blah blah blah. And then he has his woman. But I mean, he can afford to ditch the cards.
He could ditch her. Yeah, whatever.
The cards.
Oh, her. Yeah, sure. The cards.
Her, him.
Okay, so this is a collection. This is part of a collection my sister acquired that she didn't have time to go through. So.
Wah, 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 wah. It's all Pokemon.
It's all. Oh, great! Look at right here on the top. Darklit Gargoyle, best card in the game.
No.
Yeah, the second one.
In case you needed two.
Court Homunculus. Looks like there's a few of those things. Anyway, it's got some sleeves, so at least that's valuable. I mean, check this one out. Look, it's got looks like medieval Ghost Rider.
Awesome.
On there.
Ghost Rider motorcycle.
Yeah, feel free to reach in there.
Just give me like a stack.
Okay, let's just
Give
grab
me
a
like
stack
a
here.
fat stack, son.
Looks like it's kind of
Fat stacks. Oh, it is organized a little bit. Somewhat. Oh, I hate when this happens. This is how much... I'm not even like a super dork, but when they're upside down and I gotta flip them, it's just inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's not alphabetical either. Gosh.
It's not organized
See,
by
I
Minotaur.
wouldn't play this game, but I would organize the shit out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
You
all
know.
mine that I have. I have it separated from the old stuff that you can't really play anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and then separated from my newer stuff. And each set that I have is organized, not necessarily alphabetical, but
All right.
creatures, sorceries, everything, so you can easily access it.
Well, you found something?
I want to say this is worth like a buck or two for a common. Wild Nakatal.
Yeah, those ones are good. I remember.
I think it is. I don't know. I
My
could be
wife's
totally
deck,
wrong.
she
Oh,
has a
shit.
power creature deck,
We
and
still
she has like
recording?
4 of those in
Oh, we
there.
are. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're great.
got some nice Friday Night Magic cards.
Oh, if it was an actual collect, like if you go to Friday Night Magic, here's something that's kind of cool,
Mm-hmm.
and you just show up. Half the time they give you a card just for showing up, and
That's awesome.
it's like it would be like this card, Wild Nakatal. They'd reprint it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll make it a different art and make it foil, and so then it becomes like $20-$30 sometimes. So it just depends.
Yeah, I'd be totally neurotic about this. Like, it'd be like by series, and then by type, and then by
Sexuality.
Exactly.
yeah, split the genders, because that's a big deal.
Can't go in the bathroom if you're a Nakatal. Or Nakatal? Nicotine?
Nicotal only.
Nicaraguans?
I'll say it's not too
Is it
bad. Plenty
Niger?
of- Lots of elves in here, so if
Yeah.
anyone likes playing an elf deck,
You like elves?
Hey, our good friend likes. He made a merfolk deck.
Oh, yeah. fucking Merfolk decks.
I remember mine.
God
I
damn,
had
there's a whole
3
bunch of
Lords of
giants.
Atlantis in that one. That was a good
Oh
deck.
yeah, asshole.
Wow, that was quick. You just cruised right through those. Must have been nothing in that one.
Nothing.
Huh?
I didn't like detailedly go through it, but
Well, I mean, you.
I just skimmed. I skimmed.
Okay. I mean, I guess you'll know.
Usually, sometimes.
I don't
not.
wanna- I don't
Dude,
wanna-
there's free cards where I'm like, that's worth $12. I got a shit ton of those, and then I'll just sell them because I'm like,
I don't wanna-
who wants this garbage?
I'm setting these aside because I don't want
Do
to.
you play Commander at all?
I have not played Commander. I've heard about it, and it seems like a very interesting game to play.
Commander's amazing because it makes it kind of affordable. In Commander, it's basically 100 cards exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You have one card that's a legendary card that's your commander, and then anything that it is in that color you can play in the deck. Now you can only have one of any card except basic land, so it makes it affordable. So you're like, hey, I want this power card right here. I can buy one.
Yeah.
I can afford one, and then you hose people.
You've already went through those.
Okay.
The nice thing I heard about it is instead of just playing one variation of a deck, you can have 2 or 3 different ways that you can feasibly win the game.
Correct.
With different card combinations.
Yes.
Which I really like.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because you can, if you attack with your commander only, then your commander, you get 40 life. But if you do 21 damage with your commander directly to the person, they're dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they have newer commanders that are actually planeswalkers that say this also counts as your commander. So I have one, and he can poke for 1 in a group game. It's great because it's 1 damage to every player, and you gain 1 life for it. These are mostly common.
What do you get? He get field commission? Is that what happened?
Kind of.
This is just your commander now.
It's your commander now.
You are the commander. You are our last hope.
Yeah, it looks like everything I pulled was just uncommons
Commons,
and,
yeah.
and
That's what I'm finding
All right,
too.
well then
Where's the separate
we're
book
moving
that
into the
has
next
all
one. Where's the gold, Mikey?
Where's the good stuff, man? Yeah, this is always fun. Like, people sell these on Goodwill. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
go on, like, Goodwill's website, and you'll just see someone turn in a box of cards, and
Don't worry about
Goodwill's like,
We'll
we
get
don't
to
want to
it.
mess with this shit. Just you buy the whole box for $10 or whatever.
And $20 shipping and handling.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, that's the problem with cards is they're heavy.
I don't want to give a shit.
Yes. Well, another game that I used to play is called Legend of the Five Rings.
Yes,
And-
the samurai one, right?
Yeah, and that I actually picked a box up Goodwill, and I looked at some of the cards they had. I was like, oh, everything they have in here is exactly what I want. And then I open it, and it's all cards that you would have in just your hand, and nothing that you would actually play. So very
bummer.
disappointing. But hey, I got a lot of old cards that are probably worth $5 each, and a buttload of those.
Did you play Jihad at all?
No, I never played Jihad.
Or Jihad, as some people say. It's a vampire game, Vampire the Masquerade or whatever. That was kind of fun. I played Star Trek, the collectible card game. That was kind of fun. I played Star Wars.
I played the Star Wars one.
Star Wars one. That's kind of
Star
fun.
Wars the lunchbox. Star Wars.
Now that game's
Oh, what's the flamethrower?
My favorite.
now it's a living card game.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
haven't
cool.
played that one. I played a couple other living card games they have with it. They have one that's called Netrunner.
Yeah, Netrunner's supposed to be the shit.
It's awesome.
I haven't played it yet. My brother told me I got to get on it.
I actually have a program that my friends and I use. They're down in California, and it's a free service. It's called Octagon, and they have you can play Netrunner. And the only problem is they don't necessarily have all the images for them because those are copyrighted by Fantasy
Pull out
Flight
those
Games.
sleeves.
But
So you separate those.
basically, you get every single card that you want to play, and you can make the decks. You can theory craft. You can go onto the actual website for them, and you can make the deck however you want, and
Oh,
then
you
just
find something.
upload it to your game to play it.
Nice.
So
They have that for Magic too. They have like
Yeah.
an online thing where it's kind of the sort of a knockoff, where it's like MTGO. The thing is,
Exactly.
it doesn't enforce the rules. I've noticed. It's just up to the players.
Well, the nice thing on that one, if you could actually play it properly, so it does enforce it. But the majority of the rulings, you have to know how you're playing it. But the nice thing is it would prompt you. It's like, do you want to complete this? No. Okay.
You want some more?
Are you sure you want to take brain damage? Okay, good. Don't hit that button.
Brain damage.
If you select yes, you may already have brain
You need to
damage.
create more pylons.
Exactly.
The reason these sleeves are in here, I notice, is they got it separated by different things.
Oh,
lands
really?
And shit. Yeah, I don't know if that matters to you.
Mm.
It looks like they're mostly commons. I just pulled these
Yeah.
out because I needed two more. It's a spectral procession. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
pay a combination of 2/2/2 or white, 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 any combination.
And you get that 3 spirit tokens?
3 spirit,
Yep.
yeah.
And then, does that one have the buyback or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I have the buyback one too. That one's classic from an Estrad.
I have a weenie white green, and it's all about making sheep and making elves.
Sheep.
And I have the I can't remember his name. He's the elf where you pay like 3, tap him, and he doubles all all tokens in play.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand me some of that back. It's just not your way.
I'm very, very happy about that deck.
Excuse me. Something in here. Elf warrior, little broken warrior.
You find stuff?
Sort of. I found Metamorphose, which I don't think is too expensive, but I like it. I just needed a couple more. It's a common in this, but there's just some shit that's really good. Like there are some commons that go for like $3-4. There's a land kill, destroy land card that goes for like $3-4. It's a common. Can't remember if it's Avalanche or something like that.
I still have the Wrath of God Unlimited revised. That's like $40-50 right now.
That's not too bad. All right.
It's funny. I actually thought this was going to take longer.
Nah,
Going through this
dude.
box.
Okay, so that means between the two of us, you have 40 years of Magic experience.
Sure.
Seriously.
Sure.
It's over 40 years. Because you've been playing longer than me, and I've been playing for at least 20 years. Because the game's been out that long. More than that. These artifact ones aren't too bad either, but I might have a shitload. The problem is knowing...
You need like a database.
Dude, all that shit over there I gotta go through. It's like I probably have these 12 times over, but I don't know.
Like I would do that. I would actually catalog everything he's got. Like an Excel sheet. Mm-hmm. I'd totally do all that.
I used to do that, and then you just finally go, nope, I'm gonna focus on it. Like the thing I do is zombies. I gave up because I had started filling up this giant box. I want 4 of every zombie. Holy shit, that's a mess. Because every expansion has a goddamn zombie.
Yeah, that's true.
They're breeding like zombies. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like they got, they have like zombies, gargoyles, giants. They have what do you call that? Theme decks?
Yeah. I love my old goblin deck.
Goblins are good. Oh yeah, is that 5 damage?
Yeah, 5 damage.
So you sacrifice a goblin for 1 red, and it could do 5 damage. That was brutal. That came out in the Dark expansion. That had ball lightning in it. Mm-hmm. That was a great
6/1.
card.
That was a good.
Trample. People were like, "What the shit is this?" Now they got a ton of cards like that. It's funny how those cards are like a ton of money, then they go down because a bunch of copies come. Remember Fork used to be expensive, and then they made an exact duplicate of Fork. It's 2 red. It's the same thing, but they just named it differently.
But that's what they do. I've noticed is like you look at when they first started, and you're like, "Oh man, Singer Vampire was the best." Bad Moon.
Yeah.
All these things are amazing.
Sarah Angel.
Yeah, Sarah Angel. Don't have to tap when you're attacking, and then 4 or 5 expansions later, they come out with another card that's basically the same exact thing, but it costs 1 mana less.
Right. Have you seen the new Avacyn?
No, I haven't seen
flips.
that one.
You remember the old Avacyn, right? It made everything indestructible. The new one, I think, is 5, and it's kind of a funny thing. It's like that's a common, but I need it. Just never know. The new Avacyn, I think it costs the same as a Sarah Angel, and it's ridiculously overpowered. It's like $40 right
It's
now.
a seraphim. The highest choir of angels.
Yeah, he's dead. Holy balls. Are we getting to the end here?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the end?
They're all
I
out.
don't want to bore everybody here. It is about magic,
Ooh.
so if you don't like magic, well, hey, fuck you then.
It's going to say on the beginning of the, before you even click on it, it's going to say
Magic
Ceraug
the Gathering
Podcast.
episode.
Yeah.
So, is what it is, son. Bust a nut up in it. So they were going to do a Magic the Gathering movie, and they were like hyping it up. And they were saying
I don't see how they could do it.
7-picture deal. I know, like Lord of the Rings and all that. How do you ever make those?
I mean, this thing is... That's it. That's it. It's all of them.
Like that.
You can see.
I didn't find any slivers.
Oh, do you need slivers? Bro, I got your back.
My sliver deck that I have everything up to the Sliver
Give me
Queen
those.
from, what, what was that? Urza's Stronghold?
Give me what you got floating out there.
Way back when.
Oh, don't pack. Where's yours? Where's your set? From that pack.
Getting a dizzy.
Is that it? Okay. Don't give me those. What's
Okay.
yours?
Yeah. Wait.
That's your stuff, right?
Yeah, that's my own shit.
Okay.
You have to tell me what you need, because I got some sleeves. And we're like dealing crack over
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
exactly.
what do you need? What do you need?
What you got? What you
Jesus
got?
Christ, look at this. This is the thing. I don't need more shit. These are just commons. But I was like, ooh, Metamorphos.
Oh, yeah, those are
Love
great.
it. They're awesome.
That's one thing I really liked about that set, when they officially had the mixing of them and being able to make those theme decks that you've always made before, but these ones actually further it some more.
Those fell. I don't know if you want to check them out.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
new ideas for them so they can make more money.
I know. Here's the thing. Like I know Pokemon, the way they do it, it gets over $50 to reprint it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Wizards is doing that to try and keep the price of the cards down.
Of course.
You know, so like Jace is the only Planeswalker that had 4 abilities. Jace,
Exactly.
the Wallet Breaker.
Yeah.
Jace the Wallet Breaker. I got that fucker. I got him in foil and regular.
Wow.
Yeah. I sold quite a few. At one point, I had 6 because my wife needed some.
Mm-hmm.
She had to have 4. I was fine with 2. We sold quite a few, but still. But they reprinted him in those, the collectors thing that come out. I always pick those up because they always seem to shoot up most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're bullshit. Like they had a Dragons one. They reprinted Shivan. Like the original Shivan goes for a lot only because it's like a classic card, but it's not like a great card.
Well, I remember I pulled him for 5th edition. I pulled him. I was like, oh gosh, and I was like, he costs 6, and there's so many other cards that are so much better.
Way better.
Yeah, but it's just that classic. He was the first one. He was the powerhouse.
Right.
It's like there was nothing else like him.
Yeah,
when
back
it was
in the
first
day, you pulled out your Gauntlets of Might and a Shivan Dragon, and you tore shit up.
Yeah.
With Mana Flare. When you had Mana Burn,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist anymore. So, yeah.
No.
Back in the day, you tap
It was so
mana,
much
and if you had
different.
excess in your pool, you would burn yourself for each point of mana over what you didn't use at the end of each phase. Now they're just like, nothing
it
happens.
dissipates.
Yeah, they got rid of it. And which kind of, I think, made the game better. But,
I don't know, but then I mean, at that point, it made you think more. It's like, well, I don't need to.
right.
I'm
I
gonna
wanna
save
overkill
this
this.
for yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So
Yeah,
and
it's
you didn't
kinda
necessarily
weird.
have to tap it all at the very beginning. So,
Yeah.
but man, I miss those days. I remember my favorite combo was Nettling Imp and Royal Assassin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 of each of those.
Yeah, I
And,
love the Royal Assassin.
it's like I'm gonna make you attack me, and then because you tapped, you die.
Kill
Have a
you.
great day. Bye.
Yeah, that's great, man. There was a lot of like, I remember in it was like a little after dark. I want to say what was the winter one?
Oh yeah, I know
Ice
which
Age.
one. Yeah.
So there was a couple cards in there that they kind of effed up. Like there was a card that said you name a card. It was 1 black, and it shows this guy shirtless, and he's like in front of a fire. You name a card. You go through your entire deck till you find it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is removed from the game or discarded. I don't remember, and then you get that 1 card. Okay, so it's kind of like you're kind of rolling the dice
Yeah,
on this.
exactly.
Well, there was another card where you could force your card on an opponent. So the combo people would do said, pull that card out, name some bullshit card
Yeah.
they don't have, and then
Go
they
through
just
the entire
psych,
thing.
then they're dead.
Yeah.
And so it was these 1-kill combos that Wizards started going, shit, we
Yeah.
gotta stop this. Because there's like these infinite combos that people can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ever watch tournaments are ridiculous, big tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like 3 turns and usually the game's over. It's ridiculous. I don't like playing with crazy people that do this. Like,
Oh,
if they
okay.
do this shit right here, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I get playing with your cards, but they do this thing like, I don't want you to know what's in my hand. And typically, most people have sorceries, land, and then creatures. So if you go to randomly da-da-da, well, if you know that, then why don't you just shuffle it before I take the card out of your hand if you have to discard or something. Or just pull it as it comes into your hand. It's all randomly shuffled anyways, you dumb twat.
It's too bad for them. I should go play because I do it alphabetically in my like draw. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's random.
It's so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
if you know typically how you do it, then just randomize it.
The other thing that drives me bananas is people who don't play with sleeves. I'm like, you're not playing with sleeves. Either you're loaded. If you're loaded, great, good for
Yeah.
you. But
I only
if
got
you're not-
1,800 of these cards
Yeah.
at home. It's okay.
Like, people back in the day used to have binders of dual lands, and
Yeah.
they'd never play with them, and they would just, like, flip through it. Like, I got 20 Underground Seas. Well, fuck you. It's because assholes like you, the card's $300 a pop.
Exactly.
It's just a dual land. Now that the Chinese have made their shit, yep, it just took all that power away from you.
And now
Good.
that they've made 14 other cards that do the exact same thing as that, and it's like, it doesn't
Pretty
matter
much.
that you have 20 of these.
Although
have a good day.
dual lands are still pretty potent
Oh, yeah.
because they say on there anything that affects basic land affects these.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to search your deck for basic land,
It pops that
boom,
right up. Yeah.
you're like, holy shit. Really? Right off the bat? That's why people are playing them in Commander.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get one of every dual land.
I remember,
Still
did you ever
holding
have
value.
do you ever see the Lotus Veil?
Yes.
Basically, yeah, the Black Lotus on steroids.
Yeah, that
I
thing's
love that
awesome.
card. I have that in my sliver deck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, such an amazing.
Yeah, there's so many cool cards. So, I don't know. I really feel like Wizards Hasbro needs to get their shit together or this Chinese... But the thing is, it's not taken off like I thought it would. It's it's a slow thing. But, excuse me, those cards are still super expensive. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
still have said, we're not going to touch the reprint list because we'll piss off all the people we told we wouldn't do it. So it's like you're forcing this outside third market. So it's so weird. I should show you some of the knockoffs I've got. They look beautiful. So yeah, it's like I bought this for $15.
That's
He's
not bad at all.
whispering.
$15. Don't tell anybody except everybody. I don't give a shit. I would never sell these. I would never
Oh,
be
yeah.
an asshole
See,
like that.
that's the problem. I mean, it's those people that aren't responsible enough. So it's like, oh yeah, I got this great card. It's like, do you want it? It's $20. It's like, okay, cool. And it's $1,000 card.
Right.
And
You
then
got to be
you're-
really careful.
Yeah, this tastes exactly like how I expected it to.
crap.
LaCroix. You ever had LaCroix?
No, I have not.
LaCroix.
That's what I was reading out the side.
Yeah,
there.
LaCroix.
LaCroix is shit.
It's pretty much just club soda. That's what it is. It's club soda.
Little
It's,
piece of coconut in there.
with some coconut, and it's exactly how I thought it would taste. Because I've picked up one of these once, not this flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something like lemon lime. It was green. I was like, oh okay, and I was like about to pop it open.
Those
his
are
brother,
all fake.
His brother goes, "You like those?" I go, "Why? What's wrong with it?" You know, and he goes, "Go for it." So I drank it, and I was like, "I'm gonna finish it."
I'm going to finish it. I started it, didn't I?
But yeah, it's club soda with
Now some of
Coconut.
those are they gave me samples, and what they said in the email, they go, these are the ones that have the blue core or black core, and some of them don't.
Let's rip
The
them
ones
open.
that don't, I can tell are fake just
Yeah.
from looking at them. But some of them, I'm like, Jesus Christ! And if you play with them too a little bit, like purposely ding them up, nobody's gonna know,
Oh yeah.
especially in the older cards. Just like, wow. So what I've been doing is taking all my original dual lands and I've been selling them off and replacing them with the proxies because I'm just like, you know what? I'm never gonna really play in a big tournament with old school cards.
Exactly.
And what if these things drop in value? I'd rather just get the money and I have them to play with and I get 4 instead of 1 or 8. So if you want to if you're super lazy and don't want to move your cards around from deck to deck, like, dude, I got 12 Underground Seas. Why? I only got 4 decks.
and they have 3 in each deck.
And have 4 in
Oh,
each in the 3 decks or whatever.
Yeah, those look really good.
Yeah, dude, $15.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
for all
Yo.
those?
No, it was way
For
more
the-
than that. They gave me
Oh.
15 and then a bonus 15 of
Wow.
random shit, and they were great randoms. Like that Burning of Zayu was one of the random ones, and then the Wolf one I told you about was one of the randoms that I just decided to rip in half because I already had 4 of him. But yeah, I'm really impressed.
They look amazing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start replacing all my cards. They do planeswalkers, so the reason why the newer cards have the foil at the bottom is because of that. That's all Wizards did to try and whatever. But I went to this website who sold me those. They have the foil stamp on the bottom, so I'm gonna order some of those too to see
See how
how
they
look.
match up.
Again, I would never sell these. I love Magic players, and I would never want to fuck. I would give them to people. Be like, here, I know you don't have a Liliana. Here's a fake one,
Yeah.
but nobody's gonna know. That's for you to play with. I would only do it to people I trust. Like, I'd give it to you or Cesar, whoever. But if it's some newbie, I wouldn't, because I'd be afraid they might use it to fuck someone over.
Exactly.
So, obviously, you couldn't screw over a shop. Most shops know when it's a fake. They're like, no, this is bullshit. Get out of here. You're banned. But if you try and sell them, if you sell them a card, like an expensive card, I mean, you'd have to go, I didn't know. I bought this off of someone. It's really fake. And they'll probably say, yeah, sorry. But if you constantly did it, they're going to know. They're not going to be stupid. So I just find it weird that Wizards is not really addressing it that much. Like on their website, they have a FAQ, and it's just a brief little thing. And they're like, well, we have the holo foils, and that stopped it. No. But whatever. I love the game, and I'm kind of glad that China's doing that, because I can afford to play with these old school cards 4 times over or more now.
That almost no one has anymore.
Right. Like, I'm not going to spend $100 on a dual land one.
Yeah, no.
And if it's Underground Sea, $300. Who doesn't want to play black blue? What's your favorite color? Colors. What do you typically play?
Typically, I'm always a fan. I love the
red and black.
No.
Green.
Red,
Are you
white.
green? Red white.
I love that combo.
Oh, that's my
Red,
wife.
white.
Burn counterspell.
Burn.
One of my favorites.
Oh,
Like-
red blue.
Or sorry, yeah, no, red blue.
Red
and then
white's
red
like
white,
protection.
Yeah, and red white's my other favorite. I just love
Yeah.
the burn aspect, and then from the white, just weenies, or the blue is just counterspell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, red blue's great.
I have no idea what that means. I'm
It's
just looking at the
smallest,
word. So.
like, you basically just field like peasants against like their one, like, Grand Commander.
Giant.
And it's like, okay, you got a 6/6, I got 21 ones. You die and you take 14 damage. Have a good day.
Not to mention, red's got instant aggro, like
Exactly.
lightning bolts, fireball, that type of stuff. Where you
Yeah,
just
I get the
bam,
fast
damage,
attack
damage,
with
damage.
that, and then I have my little guys defend.
Yeah.
It's like 6 damage against one, and I take none.
And fuck you.
Yeah.
The most expensive dual land is Underground Sea, which is black blue. The second most expensive is Volcanic Island, red blue.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of up there. And then Tundra, white blue. Anything with blue in it, for the most part,
Pretty expensive. Yeah.
is pretty goddamn expensive. Yeah.
Especially, well, I mean, back
Hilarious.
then, all the fun cards were blue. It's like you had the doppelganger. You can just be like, I have that creature too.
Yep. And you could change it at your upkeep,
Yeah,
right?
it was just fun. You had so many different cards that you can change or affect the other person with. It was basically like mind fucking people.
Yep.
That's what that deck was. And it's like, I placed this card. No, you
yeah,
don't.
I can see that. If,
Yeah.
you have if both of you have a doppelganger, and like
a
one
doppelganger.
and one doppelganger kills the other, and it
And then
turns
clone
back,
it.
Yeah.
and it turns back into the doppelganger, and you're like, oh shit, I just killed myself.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's a mind fuck,
Yeah.
right?
Even Planeswalkers, the most expensive is Jace.
Yep.
Jace is the most expensive.
Jace.
He's blue. So it's like, goddamn blue. There's a joke amongst Magic players, like, oh, what are you playing? All islands? Ah, fuck, I quit.
Basically.
It's just like, you play blue? God damn it. Just counters. Everybody hates them.
Yeah, that was my friend's deck that he had, where he basically got infinite turns, was a blue-black deck.
Yeah.
And it was just...
Time walk.
Yeah, it was a mindfuck. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It was like, there was nothing I could do to beat him, unless I discarded one of his cards. If that happened, then it broke his cycle. But I couldn't do that. Because I never had
hilarious.
the chance to actually do it. So, yeah. Those are the days.
Nice.
Yeah.
I favor black most of the time, and then I like blue and white. Red and green I play the least of, but I love all of them. I have a
Black
deck for
and
every
white.
color
Red
and
and green.
multicolors. The hell?
There's a Prince song from the Batman movie.
Who?
Prince.
Who?
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, so I noticed they started pushing this whole Magic the Gathering like Xbox game and a lot of other weird shit. Have you noticed that?
I haven't seen the Xbox game that they have on
It's fun, but it's the first version of it. There's no Planeswalkers, which kind of sucked. Then the newest one finally has Planeswalkers, and you can kind of customize the deck.
Yeah.
But it's still sort of limited.
And it's an open world sandbox game. You just,
You know what? That'd be cool as fuck.
That would be amazing.
And you walk up to guys, and it's like it's not in the Magic world. It's like real people, and you got to go to comic book shops and world tournaments, and you got to drive your shitbox Honda, and you upgrade cars as you do better. Dude, that'd be the coolest fucking game ever.
That would be fun.
a real life Magic.
Level
Sims
4.
Magic.
Yeah,
You have gotten out of your
Sim.
parents' basement.
MTG Sim.
Achievement.
Achievement unlocked. Got an apartment.
Keep out of direct sunlight. Yeah.
Got a girlfriend. Game over. You died.
And then you just see the cards just like getting tossed in the trash.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is sad.
She makes you bring magic cards into the. I threw out all your little magic cards because you don't. You're not. You don't have a stage act. You're like, no, it's not. It's not that kind of magic.
You're not a magician. Whatever, planeswalker, whatever you want to call them. You're not one.
I saw you jerking off to your Liliana hentai pictures. By the way, he's laughing because he knows that shit exists. You're like, you're looking through art. You ever go to like some art site where people do their own fan art on cards?
Deviant art.
And then you get to one where you're like, oh.
Save.
I'm gonna look at this, but I'm gonna pretend I don't like it.
Can you believe this?
Can you believe this? Look at this.
That's how you get to look at other women when you're with your girl. You know, you'd be like, "Can you look at her? You believe she's wearing something like that?" Right?
Yeah.
The next one has a dick. Why are you staring so long, Mike? It's weird,
wow,
but
that Minotaur really is proportionate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defeat him and then keep it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here, I want you to have this. I don't want it. The movie's great.
Such an amazing movie.
Oh man, but yeah. So you played in California, and then did you move here?
Yeah, we moved here, and then. Yeah.
And your girl helped you pick it back up again.
Basically.
That's
she's
so
like,
cool.
She's like, let's play Magic. Because I had shown her a couple of games, just, interested. And then she's like, yeah, no, I went to Adventures Underground, and they told me that I should get this for you. And then I bought more. And then she bought the box that you had there.
Yeah.
The Shadowmoor and all that. And yeah, just a couple $100 worth of Magic cards later. It's like, cool.
Yeah, that's not anything to be upset about.
Yeah,
my wife was the same thing. She's like, you've always played this, but you just kind of off and on. She's like, what is it? And then I got her into it when we went camping one weekend.
Oh, that was the best.
Camping and playing Magic,
yeah.
right?
Me
Go on a
and my dad
hike
would
and
do that all
come
the time.
back at night, around the campfire, turn on the lanterns, throw some marshmallows, and play some fucking Magic.
Yep, that's what my dad and I used to do. Whenever we'd have our friends, like my friends would come with us, and we'd do like 3-player just around the bench, and
It's so much fun.
It really is.
The thing I've been doing lately.
She can get competitive.
Oh my god,
she
she's
does.
pissed.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
She's more competitive than I am. I just play for fun. I'm like, you got me.
Yeah.
Well, we also
That's
another
who
person,
I am now.
another person they play with is kind of a stickler.
Yeah.
Is he kind of a stickler?
Keith or my wife?
Keith.
Keith? Oh man, it depends.
Yeah.
Depends how inebriated he is. If he's on any whatever.
Yeah, if he's sober, he's on it. He's
a laser. But if he's not, like, okay, have you ever played?
He'll forget to do something.
This is a little.
I forgot
subject.
to do this, or I forgot, whatever.
Have you ever played Zombicide?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are obsessed with Zombicide.
It's a good game.
I mean, obsessed. We have almost every single Zombicide thing.
Damn.
So
We even did the new Kickstarter, the most recent Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, we went balls to the wall on that Kickstarter, like $350 on the
wow.
Kickstarter. So in retail, that's like $600.
Oh yeah,
worth of
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for it to show up. But they said June. Anyways,
I got 2 of them waiting too. So.
did you get the Christmas one?
Well, I didn't do the Zombicide one, but there was 2 other games that were really interested. One guy, he was just like, he already has his business there, but I think he's just trying to drum up business. So he was like, oh yeah, anybody wants it. Regular retails for $100, and it's like, oh, it's $30. And he's like, okay,
Done.
I'll take a couple of those.
Yeah.
Christmas gifts. All right. And then another one, it was just some fun one I got for my kids and I. It was called Scurvy. And it was like a pirate, like, treasure
that's
hunting
cool.
kind of game. Yeah, it was like $10.
You have to say it like that.
That chick gave me scurvy.
Arr.
But it was like $10 for it and the expansion.
That's
and
great.
it was like, that's supposed to become the next couple of
Love
months.
Kickstarter for board
Oh,
games.
yeah.
She should retire.
So we played the shit out of Zombicide, and she and my wife Nikisha and our good buddy Keith, who's on the podcast often, they get really hardcore. We're like, well, it'd probably be this way. That's what the rule is. And we kind of get like a general feel, but they're just like, no.
It's not by the rules.
Yeah. Until one of them's lamb-basted, and then they're just like, if they're perma-fried, they're just like, yeah, what? Where am I?
So, yeah,
We're like, we're gonna move you here.
Sometimes
Okay.
we think there's too much thinking in that game because you don't win.
Oh, yeah.
Like rarely do we win.
Yeah, it
We've
is a
lost
hard
way
game.
more than we've won.
I love games like that, though, because
Yes.
it's actually
Brings you
challenging.
back,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna beat it this time.
So they gave us, before it came out, the Black Plague, the newest version. Before our Kickstarter, they're like, we at least want to give you this because we're having so many people order. They made
I can imagine.
like 3 million or something off of it. It was huge this time. It was the biggest one they had. And so they sent us just the game by itself, and then they're going to send us all the additional shit later. But we played it, and I think we win what? Only the intro, which is just 2 plates. But then once we did the 4-plate thing, and it says regular. Like when you read the instructions, it's like, nope, there's difficulties regular, then medium, then hard.
Yeah.
We're like, we died twice on regular. Fuck.
I don't think there's no regular. There's no regular.
It starts off on hard.
It starts out hard.
And then ends with Kiss Your Ass Goodbye.
Yeah, Kiss Your Ass Goodbye, yeah.
So it's so crazy, but we're just loving it. And this guy, speaking of obsessed, it drives me and Keith crazy. After every game, he takes all the little cards. Look at it. He knows I'm making fun of him. And he puts them in order of numbers. He's just like, I just have to have them organized. Okay. We're going to shuffle them next game anyways, but he has to do it.
I just like to know they're all there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's
I like to know we're all there. You know.
You might need it. You might need that card.
We have multiples of every card for the most part, but
That's awesome.
But
It reminds
anyways,
me that-
it's fun.
As long as I have all multiples, then we'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's just my neuroses. You know, like I would spend the time to do all that. Like you'd get burned out after a while. Like I want to go outside. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not done. I got like 2 more boxes to go.
Yeah. It's okay. It's only like 4 o'clock. I can go to bed at like 6, so it's okay.
4 a.m.
Yeah,
by
4
the
a.m.
way.
The sun's not even up yet.
It's
God.
got 2 more hours.
What are you, my mom?
But that game has always had reminds me of one I played once with my friends. It was really cool. It's called Space Run or something like that. But what it was, it's you and your friends. You can be a 1-player game up to 5 people, and you actually you're supposed to be adventurers exploring this new vast area of space. Like you're going in and you're supposed to sit there for 10 minutes and get telemetry for what's going on in this galaxy, and the whole time. Everything that's out there is trying to kill you. So it's like some space alien giant carrier will come and like launch drones at you. There'll be like an alien.
What's
or a
it called?
Terminator. It's like Space Alert or Space Run.
I think it's called The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, basically. Basically. But like you're supposed to survive, and with how the game works, different threats will come and attack depending on how many players that you have. And like rarely, I talked to my friend after we got done playing it. We actually won. But he's like, yeah, usually maybe 3 times out of 10 we'll actually win.
It's got a 4 out of 5. Looks pretty good.
It's just amazing. It's so much fun. But like there'll be like a Terminator or an alien that'll be on board your ship. You'll have like an asteroid that'll be flying at the ship, and you have to destroy it. And the whole concept of it is there's 3 different phases, and it's all real time.
Is it Battle Beyond Space?
Battle Beyond Space?
Is that what it's called?
No, it's like Space Run or Space Alert. I think it's Space Alert.
Space Alert. Let me try this. Because Space Run didn't pull it up.
Okay, it's probably Space Alert then. But
That pulled it up.
yeah, and there's 6 different sections to the ship. You have your main bridge.
Oh, I've seen this.
You have your weapons
I got expansions.
sections.
That's it?
Yeah, that one there.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the expansion.
It's
with
got
it.
a 4.5 out of 5 on Amazon. And let me check Board Geek. Do you go to Board Geek?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no. I
Sorry
think
to interrupt.
it's either 4 or 5.5 on there as well. It's amazing, but you basically have to work with each other, and you like say we're in a setting like this, and 3 of us are playing. We would actually have a CD playing, and it would be telling us what's going on. It's like enemy attack, vector 3, and then you have to like draw a card, put it up there, and then the card will say, okay, so once you hit.
That's actually kind of cool.
I'm getting this game on.
Once
You've already
you hit
convinced
this-
me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
adding it
once
to
you
my
hit
thing.
this, it's like okay, when the ship gets closer, it shoots the ship. And
What's a
it'll do-
CD?
Huh?
Yeah,
Do we
it's
need a CD player for this
Yeah.
game?
It got a lot
Actually,
of awards, this game.
The one cool thing besides that is the
I'm getting
CD
it.
itself only has like 10 like runs, and after
Okay.
you play it long enough, you kind of memorize each one of them. Gamers actually got together and made a phone app where you can actually call in, and it does a randomized one.
That's
Oh,
badass.
wow.
That people just created their own, but there'll be times where it's like, oh, data transmission, and you'll just hear white noise. And we wouldn't be able to talk. We can't plan out our next move.
Oh,
So it's
shit,
like-
that's cool.
Yeah, so you play your cards down so no one can see, and then at the very end, everyone plays their cards. If something happens where like you're supposed to go down the elevator to go move power, if they blow out the elevator control, then you miss out on that entire turn. And then you miss out on the rest of your turn because you played all your actions that way. So
wow.
it's just odd. But the great thing is in the expansion, they have achievements that you can get. One of the achievements is basically if you want to be a dick in a 4 or 5 player game, there's one where you just look out into space. So the achievement is you spend all but one of your turns looking out into space while your friends are frantically going around trying to stop the alien menace. And if you do that, you just get an achievement. It doesn't do anything, but it's just cool on paper. So, but it's just, but it's just a fun game. But it's just so
intense,
adrenaline, just like all these things are going on and you're trying to understand what's going on here while trying to pay attention to what everyone else is trying to do. So
that's actually kind of a cool concept because it keeps the game moving.
Exactly, that's exactly what's nice about it.
Yeah,
it's not like Monopoly where it's just like
where you get distracted.
Oh, look, there's another hotel.
Right.
Oh.
I've done this before.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's different every time.
You pretty much stop the game so that you can make a deal with somebody on the side.
Yeah, and then 20 minutes later, it's like, okay, now we can play again. So
Milton Bradley has been doing a thing called Legacy. So they have Legacy Risk. Have you played that?
I have not played that one.
Legacy Risk is the shit. So you've played regular Risk, I assume. Legacy Risk kind of takes place in the future. It's these war factions, and then you have these cards, and you pull them out, and then there's these envelopes. Now the envelopes say seal until you play game 5. By game 5, they mean literally 5 games later. So you might play a game, and then you can't open that thing until the 5th game. Also, everything you earn on that game, so let's say you conquer a place, the next time you and your friend, you got to play with the same group of people mostly, you get to keep that city. And it comes with these stickers. You permanently mark the board.
Wow.
You permanently mark it with a permanent marker, and you're like, this is your city or mine. And then you mark it. So when you start with that city. You play up to 52 games, and then you just chuck the board when you're done, kind of. I mean, you could use dry eraser or whatever.
Wow.
But here's the cool thing. A lot of people didn't know this. If you get all the way to that last game, you lift the entire board thing out of the board set, and there's one envelope still glued with 1 or 3. I don't remember one. We haven't got that far, but I know it's in there. I looked. 1 or 3 cards.
So this is the game we played at.
Yeah.
Okay,
and it's at the very end, and these are like the ultimate at the end, and they're like, you may nuke one entire country or something. It's like it gets to the end where it just gets devastating.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that the whole game, and then there's one final declared winner of the ultimate overarching war. Well, they did another one called Legacy. It's a virus game. Have you seen it? Outbreak? Pandemic.
Yes.
Which on Board Geek is
love
number
that
1.
game.
I've never played it.
It's
Every person who's played it is like, dude, you need to play this fucking game. And I see it everywhere. I see it even in Target.
Oh yeah,
that's how big
that's
this
the one
game
thing I
is.
love. I went to Target the other day, and they have that section, family games, and it's like
Pandemic.
most of these games. Yeah, it's like family games. I see them all the time on Board Geek. It's just
Yeah. So it's just it's amazing that and the thing with Pandemic is it's kind of similar, right? Where it's like it changes every time.
Oh yeah, no, because like in that one too, it's like you start off with like an initial virus, like smallpox, and it's like some like twisted variant of it, and then the diseases can mutate, and you have to do these other things, or like it overpopulates and it reaches out to this place and it starts another infected area, and you have to you get 6 or 7 different character cards that you can play as, and they each are very good, but you can't play with all of them in one game. So like one of them is like you can build the like the WHO the
World Health Organization.
Health Organization. Thank you. Like actual facilities, so you can combat the outbreak and like stall it. If you don't have him, then you can't do that. And it's like you have the scientists who make it so you don't need to research it 5 times, you only have to research it 4 times. And then there's cards there's like, a new virus springs up here.
And you can fuck your opponents if you want to, right? Or is it a co-op game?
I think there's 2 versions for it. There's one that came out later where there's it's like terrorism. And there's one where one person fights off against everyone else at the table. And it's just insane. But it just mutates through the entire thing. And on that one, I've only played it twice, and I won once barely, because if it had drawn the wrong card, then we would have lost.
And no 2 games are the same, right?
Oh,
Isn't that why it's so popular? It's
everything's
an evolving game all the time.
Yeah.
See, I think that's so cool, because it used to be the only game that was really like that was D&D, because you're just kind of making it up as you go.
Exactly.
And whatever. And then they really started almost the last, it's weird. We're in the digital age, video games and phones and all this, and yet board games are right now. I feel we're in the golden age of board games.
A renaissance, maybe?
Almost the renaissance. It's just because it kind of disappeared.
It really is.
And it fucking came back strong. And I think the reason is in a tough economy, you buy a board game, and it's always there.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You don't need power. You don't need
the
you can
internet.
take it wherever you want. You don't need the internet. It brings people together. And it's always there. Like, I have my Monopoly board game from when I was a kid, and yet it still works today.
Yeah.
I have a game, and you know it. You hate it. But most people I know love it. It's called Fireball Island.
I don't hate it.
You get so pissed.
I do playing it, but I still like playing it.
Yeah.
It's this awesome
I
Milton
think it's a
Bradley
fun game.
3D board game where the object is to get to the top of the volcano, get this jewel, and get to the end. It's really fucking fun, though.
I can
because
imagine.
you're like, anytime you roll a 1, it's a fireball, and you push these marbles, and they take people out. So it's like, 1, fireball, fuck! And then you can fireball people with a card,
Yeah.
but then a magic talisman cancels it. And it's from the 80s, and I've really thought about 3D printing this thing bigger, putting foam on the inside.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Just rebuilding this bitch, make the marbles look this big.
Yeah.
It's intense for an old school game. It's
See,
fun.
and that's the thing. There was a few of those there. I had one. It was a Dungeons & Dragons knockoff. It was basically like taking the whole imagination out of it. Where it was called Dragon Strike. I don't know if you heard of it, but the best thing, it came with a VHS, and this guy it was just a black.
I remember the
screen
commercials for that.
Black screen behind, guy in a black turtleneck, and it's supposed to look like
Steve
him.
Jobs.
basically, it
But
looks like
medievally
him.
looking, right?
And well, no, it's just a regular guy
vaguely remember
trying
this.
to be the dungeon master, and so he's just all you see is this floating head, basically, but you can clearly see, his turtleneck.
Did it have a scorpion guy in
Yes.
the game? I had that
Yeah.
game, and they had golden axes and shit.
I don't remember the golden axes in
Like
it.
you'd put these little silver things, and then there was like a little pyramid that came with it.
No, that's not that one.
Okay,
But
because I had that one too. Oh, that one's dark something. I had that.
Crystal.
I bought
movie.
almost every single one of those. I have
Yeah.
Hero Quest and
Oh, Hero Quest. Yeah,
that's a classic.
My friend
though.
has that one.
That's
That
a
was great
classic,
game.
and it's worth money on eBay.
It really is.
Yeah.
But the Dragon Strike game, it's 2 boards, and you can flip them over, and there's different adventures for each one.
Yes.
And you have preset characters, and you just play it. You have traps that randomly will pop up. One person plays the dungeon master. It's just awesome.
It was fun.
And for someone that can't invest $100 into getting all the books and everything,
Yeah.
drop $3 once, and you have the whole game that you can play multiple times.
We bought it and then we played it, but we'd also take shit from that, and Dark World is the one I'm thinking of also that had the life, and we'd mix and match shit into D&D and just bring
Oh
it all
yeah, it
in.
is like, and you actually have physical representation of
Yeah.
that in the game. Yeah, that's what.
Did
my
you play
friend did
Battle
too.
Masters?
No, Battle
It was this
Masters.
big ass map with these triangle things, and then you would move. It was kind of like a knockoff of Warhammer, but a budget version, but a big ass box. And there was a tower, and then, I mean, it was fun as fuck. We would play hours on that, but it was a simplified version.
Yeah.
So as a kid, you were like, okay, I can move 3 spaces, and the ogre does this, and the archers do this, and you can move as a group, but it was real simplified.
Yeah.
I loved it. They had a ton of that stuff. Now it's kind of
Yeah, and it's not there, but I
fine
mean,
niched.
everyone
niche.
that's out there now making those games, like you said, it is really a renaissance of
Yeah.
board games. Everything is out there.
my God.
If I had $1,000, I would not be able to buy all the board games that I would want to purchase.
You know who's killing it? Fantasy Flight Games.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy Flight Games right now is kind of the gold standard of the board gaming community. Now, there's other good ones too. Don't get me wrong. But like, if you look at their lineup, you're just like they have the whole Star Wars thing.
Oh, yeah.
So they got X-Wing, they got Imperial Assault, they got the card games, all that shit. They own that. They got all Descent.
Mm-hmm.
God,
That's an
Descent is-
amazing game.
Yeah, but
I haven't played
it's a
it yet.
motherfucker, because if
Yeah.
you want to play a game, you better have a table that you're giving up.
Yeah.
Because you ain't playing in one night.
No, it's-
Especially with the expansion.
Oh yeah. Whoa. Which expansion?
My God. Yeah.
There's
Well, they're like the
yeah.
first big expansion. And when they went to 1.5, you'll play. It's like 100 and some hours minimum.
Oh, yeah.
If you're playing a short game.
If I remember correctly, my friend, he was telling me about his campaign. After, I think, 12 play sessions, they're almost done. They have like 1 or
Jesus
2 missions
Christ.
left. Yeah. It's just insane, though.
But it's
the amount
awesome.
of time. Oh, yeah. And it's an investment of like $100,
Yep.
maybe 150. You get everything you need.
Descent is heavy.
Oh, yeah. It is. The box is
real
huge.
quick, do you ever get a board game and then you feel it's heavy and you go, I know this is a good game.
Yeah.
But when it's light, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's not going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But it's just amazing. One game that I have right now with my kids that we play, it's Castle Panic. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's just this regular board game.
Look it up, though. God
It's,
damn it.
it's just so much fun.
Stop
I got
talking.
it for like $20 on Amazon, and they have an expansion that adds like wizard towers to it. But basically,
Castle what?
Castle Panic,
Okay.
and you have 4 rings outside of this castle, and there's 6 different arcs that enemies attack from, and you have
Oh, I
walls.
have seen this. I
You have
played
walls
it.
on
Is there
each arc.
Titans in there too? You know?
No, there's no there's not an attack on. Yeah, but like the creatures that come in and attack, they come from the forest, and there's each ring after that is archer, knight, and a swordsman.
Oh.
And so
Forest
if you have,
archer, knight, swordsman.
if you have an archer, you can
Okay.
shoot from the castle to hit those guys out there. It does 1 damage, but you have these cards that you play for the archers. It's like, okay, so you have a green archer. Okay, so you do damage in these 2 arcs. Then you have a red, knight. It's like, okay, these 2 guys can get attacked. But in the game, because there's so many, I'll play, I'll do all my stuff, and then the monsters get to move after that. And they'll move forward, and then there'll be different tiles that'll say, oh, all monsters shift 1 color to the right. And so everything shifts over. And then all the plans that you have will be like, okay, I'll trade you this card so you can kill this guy on your turn. And then...
It's a co-op.
Yeah, and they have a munchkin version of it, so you can screw each other over if you want.
Munchkins everywhere.
Yeah, and it's just an awesome game, but you really have to work together because there's just an onslaught of guys that will attack. And then you'll have random things like a boulder will come through and destroy your wall. Or if there's not a wall there, it will destroy your tower. And anything that gets in there will just massacre everything.
Star Wars Battlefront ripped that off. I've seen the board game, but I've never looked at it close. I just looked at the board online, and I saw what you're talking about in the circle. Star Wars Battlefront has an app you can play that gets you more money in the actual game.
Oh, gotcha.
It's an okay game. But it's the same thing. It's a circle, and then you have your base in the middle, and enemies are coming in.
Yeah.
I was like, then when you started talking about it, I'm like, they must have ripped these guys off.
Yeah, it's fun. And then, the expansion has, dragons that'll attack. And, you have to cast spells from your mage tower to destroy the dragons.
Oh, nice.
So it's, it's a $40 or $50 investment altogether. And it's just a fun game that takes maybe, 30 minutes at most to play.
That's great.
Yeah.
I play with my kids King of Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. No, I have
we
King of New
play
York.
that. Yeah. Is it King of New York?
Yeah, I have that one, but they have the King of Tokyo. And
yeah,
then they have
I
the
think we have
expansions for
that. Yeah, I'll play a lot of those, or we play Zombie Flux.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of simple $20, $25 games
yeah.
that are really fun. They've come a long ways, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It ain't Yahtzee anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not.
The board games, Renaissance, and even the card games, just card games in general.
Oh, yeah,
if there was one card game that I think kind of broke into the mainstream would be the Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody was playing that. Everybody and their
Everyone
grandmother
still
was
is
playing that.
it. Yeah.
Still? Okay, well, that's good.
Well, they keep doing expansions.
Right,
they
and
keep
people
doing
making
extra
their
stuff.
own.
Oh, yeah. There was one I saw, actually, someone, I think it was Cards Against Humanity, they had one that was Daniel Radcliffe would do this. And someone actually went and met him, and they had him sign
really?
the card. Yeah, it was just, cool little stuff. But, that game is just, I don't know. It's best when everyone's drunk, though. It definitely is. But games
Let's
like
just
that,
keep the whistle wet.
understandable.
This guy's been talking a lot. A lot.
Shut up.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, just growing up, a lot of the board games I played was with my family was Pictionary.
Oh, yeah.
I like Pictionary, and I
Still
like
fun.
that game because I thought I thought I could draw pretty well. I could convey the word in
Exactly.
art.
Yeah, no,
in lines.
I can guess, but I can't draw.
And my only downside was as a kid, I didn't know what all the words were.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how to convey.
Have you seen the?
I don't know how to convey orgasm.
Yeah, when you're 8 years old.
Right.
Well, you played the rated R version of Pictionary?
Yeah, or organism.
Whenever we'd play with parents and they
Or it's
started out,
you don't people go, oh, okay, I know what that is, and they start drawing it, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then there's and then it's like,
and you just see
you're
those
like
dots right on.
and then you're like, okay, time runs out, and they're like, what was that? And they're like, car. I was like, or they say they think it's one thing,
yeah,
and it's actually another. Like the orgasm
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
They're trying to draw an orgasm, and it's like, no, it's organism. Oh, I don't know what that is.
I noticed adults would always start out the night sober and then end up drunk.
yeah.
So it started out clean, and they're like, "Don't
Not
say anything in
afterwards.
front of the kids." And then as they're getting more hammered, they're like, "It's a dick again." But it was for Barn. You drew a dick for Barn. I don't get it.
no, that was the green color on that one.
And then it's not only that, the game you had to travel to get
yeah.
to the end. You had to roll dice. There's how many spaces, and then whatever space you land on dictates what subject you're going to draw.
Playing life and was that?
I like life.
Yeah, there was
It's so
the
simple.
cranium game or whatever. I think that something. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about besides Pictionary.
Apples to Apples was kind of the first Cards Against Humanity,
It was.
and it's fun.
There was a game. Was it Imagine If?
Imagine
if it's a blank. It's pretty much a blank board where the dry eraser marker that you could
8 names.
You put the people that are playing and fictional characters
Or real people.
or real people.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you can pick like Obama.
Yeah.
You can pick Superman. And then it'll give you these cards, and it'll say, like, it'll pull up Caesar. If Caesar was a weapon, would he be? And then it lists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You know, a ninja star,
Everybody picks
a
their number.
broadsword.
They put it down,
Gotcha.
and then you flip, and whichever ones pop up, and then you can move that around the board if you got it right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. And then if you're the person, you're like, why the fuck do you guys think I'm a crowbar? I would clearly be a Glock 9mm. What the fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or whatever.
But you think I'm only good at breaking down doors? Thanks.
I don't remember the exact circumstances behind it, but we had wrote 2 Thundercats on there.
Nice.
Lionel and
I'm
Panthro.
bad with names. I'm so bad with names.
This guy. I just remember laughing so hard at the
So you
situation,
can
but
pick
I don't
a
remember what
person
it
in the
was.
game, and you can say, "Hey, I know you're gonna know this." So you can actually say, "I'm gonna double down and pick you," and if we both pick the same answer, we get to move 2 spaces instead. So Keith picks me,
Yeah.
and
You remember this better than I do. I think.
and so the answer was Lionel,
Yeah.
and I said Panthro.
Yeah.
I fucked it up, and Keith
Oh,
was
man.
so.
So
They
mad.
still. This is years ago, and
Yeah.
they still haven't let it go. They're like, really, Panthro? I'm like, dude,
I forgot all about it until right just
Oh,
moments
that's
ago when
wonderful.
you said apples to apples.
It comes up at least once a month.
Yeah.
I hear this
We
often.
don't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I love situations like that where you just keep it with
Yeah, but
you
those-
and it's
that- I
always
mean,
there dealing with you.
That wouldn't have happened to playing multiplayer or something like that. That kind of
It
situation
wouldn't happen in
where
like
we,
Monopoly or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, those games are kind of fun. Like, even that game's real simple, but it's a modern game where
Yeah.
it's like, has a dry erase board, you put the names on it. It's so
and you
simple,
get
but
you
it's
get
fun.
you get your people involved as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's kind of also a way to get to see, how they think.
Right. It's fun with new group of
Comfort
people.
zones and things
Yeah.
like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity's perfect party game because
yeah.
people come over and you can kind of like, everybody all of a sudden gets a vibe of, oh, you're these kind of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then it's not. It's almost, and then it just boils down to who can come up with the most disgusting thing.
Yeah, that's
A lot of
exactly what it is.
times.
Yeah.
But even if it's disgusting, it's not always like the best.
Yeah, it's like, is it clever, or is it?
It depends on the mindset that everyone's in
Yeah.
at that point.
Right.
'Cause I remember the one game that stands out in my mind. I was playing with, it was like 8 or 9 people, and people just kept interchanging in and out. And this one guy who's just so like pompous. He was just a pompous asshole. But he got so faded to the point where every time he would like play his cards and he would lose. He's like, well, it's not like they're mutually exclusive or anything. And he said that every single time. It's like, okay, you're not smart. You're just drunk. Stop.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Like he kept saying that, like it was his catchphrase.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
like, well, what? It's like Bill Clinton and it's like porn stars. It's like that's not mutually exclusive. And it's like, okay, but so is a rock and a quail. I don't. It's like it doesn't. Why you keep making the same reference to every single card you put?
A
down?
rock or the rock?
A rock.
A rock.
That's his go-to when he's
Yeah.
hammered.
Yeah. Exactly.
He probably picks up chicks and they're both hammered and he's like, no, they're not mutually exclusive. And they're like, oh my god. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds smart.
Exactly.
This fucking asshole. I already don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's how it was. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to quit this game soon. So.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Son of a beach.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, we
good stuff.
reference a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Who was that? Predator, right?
What's
Yeah.
Predator? Yeah. Yeah. What's the black dude's name?
Carl Weathers.
Yeah,
Yep.
Carl Weathers.
Love that movie.
Actually, I don't remember what the character's name was. You want to say Duke, but it's not.
No, like Dixon.
Dixon.
be right.
Dixon Hill.
He says his name and then says, you son of a
Yeah.
bitch. What is the guy's name?
I could have sworn it started with a D or something.
I got it.
You got it? I got this. I got this.
I got this.
Yeah, it's... Oh, man. Didn't that guy fight Roddy Piper? Right? Or is this a different black dude?
That's Keith David. Dude.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's Keith David. Yeah.
From,
They live with them.
yeah.
I can't remember.
They
what-
Live.
They live. Thank you.
They
yeah.
live. Awesome.
He was
such a
the,
great
he was the
movie.
general in Armageddon. Until we get the alternative, reliable something.
Really? You're going to pick that?
That's just.
He was in Halo, motherfucker.
What are you talking about? He's in Mass Effect.
He's the
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
he's the vice president in Saints Row.
He's in everything.
Saints Row
That's true.
4.
He's in.
Doesn't he do the Army commercials too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or is it Navy?
The older ones, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
was
did.
Was he enlisted?
I don't know,
no
but
idea.
It'd be weird if he didn't, and they use him all the time.
But yeah, voice actor because he has that very.
Oh,
And he also
badass voice.
Halo. He played the Arbiter, so yeah, good stuff.
Badass, man.
That's the thing. That's the thing to be is a
Voice actor.
voice
Yeah,
actor.
I've always
Oh,
said
yeah.
that.
do tons of stuff.
You can show up at cons and people love you, but
I
you
mean,
can go
who-
grocery shopping with your family and not get
No one
mobbed.
knows.
Exactly.
That's
They don't know
perfect.
who you are, but
Yep.
when they hear your
That's
voice.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan,
Dylan. Okay.
such a
Dylan, you son of a bitch. That's the best handshake too. When two men, you don't go like this. You go here. Like if you fall off a cliff, I fucking got you. You're not falling off the cliff.
don't let me go, man.
Pull me up.
Don't let me go.
You got this.
I got you.
All right. Yeah, you'd never do this. Like, hey, that's not gonna. I'm fucking falling, bitch.
Sweetie, I got you.
I got you.
I got you.
I got it. I got.
Oh,
Have you seen what's the movie where everybody's? It's like The Reckoning. This is the end.
Oh yeah, the one with Seth
So
Rogen and
pit
everyone.
fucking opens, and he's like, "Hey man, can you grab me? Yeah, I got you. You sure you can hold me? Yeah, I'm sure. You're 100% sure you can hold me with all my weight? Yeah. Because it seems like a lot, and I want it like it's a long conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, immediately falls.
Oh man, yeah, that's
pretty
a good one.
realistic.
Oh, that's a great movie. I still love the part at the end with James Franco. He starts getting pulled out. He's like, "Fuck you guys! I'm getting raptured, motherfuckers!" And he's like, "Ah, shit."
doesn't it like it's electricity? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a great one.
Yeah,
it's not like when the devil shows up or whatever, and then they
dick gets cut off. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, but it's
He was
really
like, "Oh, you
hilarious.
see, I took his thing off."
I took his dick off.
Oh man.
Good. Yeah, so I'll play casually Magic at the comic book shops, and then in comes not D&D. What's the other big one? Pathfinder.
Yeah.
In come the Pathfinder guys. Holy shit! Just listening to them play is entertaining because it's just. No, you cannot use an arc blade when fighting a vampire demon. I'm just looking over like, man, you guys are way into that shit.
I have to say, D&D has its own set. Pathfinder has its own completely tangent group of people who are just so
Dedicated.
over. Yeah, thank you. Say it
Well, my friend,
lightly, because I love playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it's just fun. It's just there to enjoy stuff.
It's like
talk
the
with
same
friends.
dedication to your family, but not as intense, maybe.
Exactly, yeah. But it's just I've played with people with Pathfinder, and it's like I don't know
too
what I
much.
got myself into.
Yeah.
I need to go home now. I need an adult, please.
the group of Magic players I play with, they also play Pathfinder.
Can we
but
talk about bills or
they're more
something?
casual.
Right? Exactly.
They're more casual about it.
That's good.
But the people who showed up at the shop while we were there, by the way, all these guys look like they're in their 40s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm approaching that age. It's just they all have a certain look. Like you look at the three of us and you just go, okay, you look like pretty normal dudes.
Yeah.
But these guys,
I don't know. I'm sandwiched in
Stereotypical.
here between two massive beards. I mean, just two amazing beards.
I don't know. This isn't massive right now.
This isn't massive
done
either.
right now.
massive is like here.
Yeah.
Well, comparatively, I mean, I got my little pencil goatee going on.
You got your beaner stash going on.
My la raza.
You gotta do this. And lick your lips a lot.
There you go.
Shirt back.
Yeah.
Hey, what does Jorge George Lopez do? He does that stand, I love that. I love that shit.
Oh man.
It's so funny. But no, you can spot these guys. Outside of the comic book shop, you're like, oh, that guy plays D&D, and you
Don't
can
look at him.
smell them too.
Don't
You
look at
can
him.
Yeah.
fucking smell them. But that's what I love about Adventures. They give out free deodorant.
Really, that's awesome.
They have a sign about hygiene. It's that bad, and it's such a nerd trope, but it's true.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so true.
Yeah, stereotypes don't come from
God
nowhere.
Damn it!
All stereotypes don't come from nowhere. I'm just throwing that out there.
Don't come from. Is that a double negative? You just cancel your statement.
All stereotypes
Don't
come from nowhere. All stereotypes come from somewhere.
There you go.
There you go with that. English!
He made it through 3rd grade.
Give me my gold star, motherfucker.
On my dick. By the way, if you covered the tip of your dick with a gold star, is that the same as a girl covering her nipples?
Would that be shooting star?
Like, could I just cover
Can
the
you
end?
shoot that star?
Could I cover the end and be like, I'm good. I'm gonna go outside now.
That's great.
With a pasty? I'm gonna have pasty on my dick.
Dick pasty.
No, I think it has to actually be a sock. So
Yeah, you have to do the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I seen them live and they did that.
really,
They all came out with their socks.
Do you
on
think they had
before they're
a
on.
plastic waistband, like a nude waistband? So
to hold the sock on?
Yeah.
I think they had something tight at the top.
Ooh.
cutting
Yeah.
off the flow.
Yeah.
They would have to use the restroom.
Their balls fall off like a
I
goat.
know. Yeah.
My parents are getting 2 goats, and that's what's
Oh,
going
really?
on with
The
the
big
goats.
old rubber band.
They got they're doing that to the goats. It takes like a month. A month, dude. Just cut
gotta be
them
horrible.
off,
Just shrivel. Just watch them shrivel and die.
and then
Along with your soul.
it's like a really low budget way to do that.
Low budget castration. Good
Whatever. We gotta.
I mean,
eat.
what's the alternative? Slice and cauterize.
stuff. Yeah, basically.
That's what they did my dog.
Oh,
Yeah, do it when they're young, though.
yeah.
That way they don't
Just
ever
like
know.
with babies.
I don't even know what those were for. The circumcision.
Yeah.
Circumcision is a weird decision. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. Wow, how did we get
Oh,
on
that was
Tangent.
that went very far.
This happens.
Yeah.
This happens
Often.
a lot. Yeah.
often and all the time. What?
So we talked about Magic. We talked about board games. We touched a little bit on Star Wars, even though it is May 4th.
May 4th.
At work they handed out a quiz, and it was for today, and I was looking at it, and I was like, shit, I don't think I can answer all these.
Mm-hmm.
I did take pictures of them. If you want to, I'll field them. And
Okay.
honestly,
That sounds
I don't know all the answers.
Do it.
So I'm just gonna field the questions.
Let's
I do have the Trivial Pursuit Star Wars at home, so I think I got this.
Yeah.
We were
Okay.
playing it, and we have the DVD one.
Yeah.
Had to abandon a DVD part because everybody memorized it.
Yeah.
Right.
I know
What was
yeah.
that? What was that game your in-law had? And it was a movie. It was a movie trivia game.
Yeah.
And she memorized the DVD.
Yes.
Are you serious?
And the only one who could compete.
My sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Ashley. Calling
The-
her out.
The only one who could compete with her was me because I know a bunch of stupid
He knows
movies.
weird random shit.
Yeah. I do stuff that's like not important.
He knows
That's
all
okay.
these actors' names.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right,
I'm
here we
not
go.
that good either.
May the force be with you. Questionnaire number 1. There's actually
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
quite a few questions.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
What were Luke's aunt and uncle's job on Tatooine?
Moisture Farmers.
Moisture farmers. Yeah. How many languages is C3PO fluent?
Hundreds.
I'm fluent in over 5 million. Is it 5 million?
I'm pretty sure it's 6 million.
6 million.
6 million.
Do you have the answers?
That's just from my own memory.
Oh, it doesn't say the answers on.
No, not on this.
Okay.
Like I tried to answer them, and
Yeah,
I was
when
like, I can't answer all these.
It's like 5 or 6
Yeah.
million.
And I questioned.
Including bocce.
I classically questioned one of the questions. Just the way it's stated. But we'll get to that one. What is the Wookiee home world,
Kashyyyk.
and how do you pronounce it?
It said
I was like, is that an oral?
Kashyyyk.
Is that an oral question? You know what I mean? And I'm like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because I think
There's a couple
You
Y's,
could write
yeah.
it
K's,
phonetically
some
with a bunch of
S's.
E's.
right. It's like Kashyyyk and Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter. Who actually shot first between Greedo and Han?
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Han. Okay.
I just love that they put that little like that neck
No.
crunch in. Yeah.
Damn it, George.
He's like, he
I know
sees
you
it.
want
He's
money.
like, I'm gonna dodge this.
It's like, no, he's murdering Greedo.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's a
It's not
scoundrel.
self-defense.
Yeah, it's not self-defense.
Scoundrel wouldn't just like, I'm going to wait.
Yeah, no.
When they just show him not pull out his gun,
I know, right?
And then digitally add him like dodging it, jumping out, and then bang bang.
Yeah, no.
Okay, which character is partially named after George Lucas's son?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know his son's name.
I'm guessing it's from the prequels.
Hayden? I don't know.
Maybe.
Saboba?
Maybe.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Oh.
No, it's bad enough because
Jar Jar Lucas.
my good friend, his dad, whenever I'd call, he'd be like, Jar Jar's on the phone. It's like, my name's Jared. Please don't affiliate me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. In which movie does the camera pan up? Pan back up after the crawl.
Is it?
So the
I think
crawl
that's
and
episode 3.
then it pans up.
Is it Jedi? You said Jedi?
That's what I said. I thought it was Jedi because I think it pans up on the Death Star, the half-built Death Star, right?
I think you're right. Yeah, because the Emperor and Vader, or Vader shows up. The Emperor is coming here. We shall talk about that. I think you're right.
He will not be as forgiving as I am.
Don't point your fucking finger at me, Vader. God, you're rude.
Jesus.
I'm
a commander. I'm a commander. I earned this position.
I didn't just use magic to get here, you fucking asshole.
Oh, that's good.
I wasn't blowing the old man to get my position.
I didn't force my way into it.
Good stuff.
How many Drewbacks were in the original 1977
One.
theatrical cut of the first Star Wars movie?
One.
I don't remember any.
I think it was one.
I thought it was 3 because I think you actually see one in the
you
background
see one
in
in
the city.
distance, and then they had the 2 in the beginning.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. Yeah.
So I think it was 3.
CGI.
Yeah. Which species stole the plans to the Death Star?
Bothans.
Bothans, yeah.
Bothans.
I hope we get to
said
see.
Vulcans.
Hey, no, I was thinking, are
Lots
they going to
of
show the
Bothans die
Bothans?
in this. Yeah.
They're ugly looking.
They are. They're like dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that chick that's in the movie looked like dogs.
No, she's
No.
not a Bothan.
No, she's not.
No.
I don't know what Bothans are.
They're
like this-
basically upright dogs.
Kind of like
are
a
they?
Wookiee, but human-sized instead of tall. And then hairy and ugly.
Oh, okay, here's a good one. What was the original name of the first Star Wars movie when it went into production?
Blue Harvest.
Yeah, like Terror Beyond Belief or something like that. That was like the
I think it was just
timeline.
code name was the Blue Harvest or something like that. I don't remember.
I don't know why they did that. I thought they would have did that on Jedi. Just because I thought they did it on Jedi.
Well,
because,
Jedi was originally Revenge of the
Revenge of
Jedi.
the Jedi,
But
yeah.
Well, no, but I mean,
Jedi
like
don't
they
do
gave it a
Revenge.
fake name so that they could film without like wherever
Right.
they were at jacking up the prices. But in the original Star Wars, no one knew. No one knew what the shit that was.
I think they more worried about that in the second one, because especially with Vader. Spoiler alert: Vader being Luke Skywalker's dad.
How dare you?
I know, right?
Spoiler alert, Empire.
But no, on that one, I mean, everyone that was on set, I don't know if you've seen the special features for that, but not even like the guy who was playing
Right.
Vader at the time knew. Like
Right.
Luke didn't even
Mark
know.
Hamill didn't know.
Obi-Wan killed your father.
Exactly.
Like, that was
That's
the
how it
line.
was supposed to be. Like the only person that knew was like George Lucas and like
Mark Hamill. And
No,
the
he
producer?
didn't even
no,
know.
the assistant, director assistant or whatever knew,
Yeah, like-
and George knew, and like a few people.
And then James Earl Jones. There's the like 3
Yeah.
people that knew. That was it.
Yeah.
So
Even Hamill didn't know, and that's
Yeah.
why they had that whole no,
Yeah.
no. Like, what the fuck, dude?
yeah, I know. Oh, good stuff.
Okay. All right. This is an interesting question. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to look into more in this one. Which bounty hunter in Empire Strikes Back is wearing an old costume from a Doctor Who episode?
I would guess the orange lizard dude. What is that guy? It's not IG-88. He's a robot. It's not Boba Fett, however you want to say
Wasn't
it.
there a guy with like cloth
Yeah,
over his
the
face?
turban guy. I
The
can't remember his
turban
name.
fat dude, and then the lizard dude.
Yeah,
They're both in X-Wing. I should know their names, but I can't remember.
But you
Bosk.
think
Bosk is
Bosk,
one
I
of
think
them.
it-
Yeah,
yeah.
Nas Bosk or something like that. Or
No,
just
I
Bosk?
think his name is just Bosk.
B-O-S-K.
Yeah, he's a
His
tran-
ship is a badass.
He's a
ship.
his
Trandoshan.
Nice.
his rap name's is Nas Bosk.
And then I can't remember the other guy's
He's a
name.
what? What did
I
you
know.
say?
He's a Trandoshan.
He uses both bathrooms.
He uses both.
Did you know that Ewan McGregor, his uncle, played Wedge?
Oh no
Shut
shit!
up,
Wedge
really?
Antilles?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was going
That's
through,
fantastic.
and I was just looking. I was like, oh, let's just read some more. And it was
Random
like,
trivia.
interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
And actually, his uncle was like, yeah, don't do anything with that. Like he didn't want to do anything with Star Wars ever again. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's fun.
That was
Pretty
good.
interesting.
Yeah, that was a good decision. Okay. Now this is the one I had trouble. The way the question's worded. Who kissed Leia first, Han or Luke?
Chewie. No.
Who
Kissed
kissed
her first?
Leia first, Han or Luke?
Luke in the first movie.
I could have
Says,
sworn,
this
yeah.
is for luck. As they swing across the thing, she kisses him on the cheek.
No, that's not how it's worded. It
See-
says who kissed Leia first.
Well, then Luke in the second movie in Empire. I guess you don't know everything about women. She kisses
Well,
him
no,
right
but
on the
no,
lips.
it's still she
she's the
who's
one that
into-
kissed him. See, that's,
She's initiating
but
the
they're
calls.
still giving
gonna
a
s-
kiss.
Yeah, that's why I questioned.
Well, then it's a trick question.
I questioned
It's a stupid question.
the wording of the question. So if
Yeah.
it said who kissed Leia first, then it's Han.
Yeah.
He kissed her first in Empire.
I guess.
After
At the end.
after
Yeah.
when they're in the Minot.
Yeah.
Thing.
When he's no, that was her again, and he was just surprised. I think it's when at the very end. No.
They kind of kiss each
No,
other
he
in
kind
that
of
scene.
he kind of gets
maybe.
into he gets in there and I think he made the move to actually give her a kiss. She just is just giving it away before then.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a shitty question.
Yeah,
is.
that's right. Nah, I didn't like it. What does AT-AT stand for?
All-terrain armored transport.
That's what I got. I just remember. I just
How
guessed.
about ATST?
Mm-hmm.
All-terrain scout transport.
Oh,
Bonus points.
Yeah,
Ding, ding,
nice.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
Now here's a good one. How well do you know the lines? What odds does C-3PO give Han for successfully navigating an asteroid field?
27,300 and something to 1. I don't fucking remember.
I don't remember.
The odds of navigating an asteroid field are... I'm not telling you.
Don't tell me the odds. No.
You got the 2-1 part right. I don't know about the rest. I don't remember what it is, but okay. We talked about this one. Who is Lando Calrissian's co-pilot in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi?
Right.
I don't remember.
Starts with an N.
I
Not Nugian, Nabian,
think he's in Force Awakens. I think you see him.
I don't know if it's him, but it's another.
They all
race.
look the same. What are you saying? They all look the same?
Yeah, I know.
You gotta go.
Well, they all got big lips. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
He's Asian.
Yeah.
He's Say with those lips.
Same with the guys from the first Episode 1. Oh, remember that?
Oh, they were.
It's like, I'm watching the movie going, holy shit, George. Wow.
You already sold out to Disney this early?
What was the name of Boba Fett's ship?
Slave One.
Slave One.
Okay. Who was the original commander of the Death Star?
Oh,
General Tarkin?
Yeah,
Admiral Tarkin?
I think it was General Tarkin.
Oh,
I thought it was Grand Moff Tarkin.
yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
it.
Okay. You got the last name.
Only
right.
you could be so bold.
I smelled your stench when I stepped foot on this.
When I came on board.
That's actually the compactor. We got like this eyeball creature in there. We don't know what the fuck's going on. It's a mess.
What was the largest annual pod race in the world, and who was Anakin Skywalker's chief rival in it?
God. Sebulba.
Sebulba, but what is the largest annual pod race?
Maybe the one on Tatooine?
The world's largest the annual pod race.
Does it say world or universe?
It doesn't specify either.
How's it-
In the world.
What world?
Yeah,
This is-
Tatooine.
Obviously saying
Tatooine, yeah.
Earth.
Tatooine, Tatooine 500.
That's a
Yeah.
dumb statement. It's the largest one in the world. What, Tatooine? There ain't shit here. That's not a hard feat
Yeah,
to create.
it could have been 5 people.
Yeah.
So, what day is Wookiee Life Day, and where did we first learn about the holiday?
No idea.
Gosh.
Is that from the Star Wars
That's from
TV
the
show?
Star-
I
Yeah.
presume the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
And I said December 25th.
No idea.
Oh, that's
Okay, here we go. Darth. We're coming to the end. Darth Vader's chest piece has something written on it. What language is it in, and what does it translate to?
No idea.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy
It
stuff.
says Dyson vacuum cleaner. I don't know.
The drop the bass.
Major asshole.
If you can read this, the chick fell off. You know.
What's that Triumph the Insult Dog goes
Yeah,
up to that
from-
guy and he says, what's this do? And he goes, oh, it helps me breathe. And he goes, oh yeah? Which one of these buttons calls your mom?
They're gonna pick you up.
Pick you up. Fantastic.
All right, the Imperial probe droid, also known by another name. What is it? Was also known by another name. What is it?
Fuck, I play Battlefront and you can deploy that goddamn thing.
idea what it's
SR-388. Something like that.
I had one of those in high school.
It was a POS.
The POS model.
Yeah.
Which is the first original theatrical movie where we actually see Jabba the Hutt?
Well, originally it was in episode 4.
Theatrical movie.
Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, those
Would be Return of the
earliest
Jedi.
I can think of.
Yeah.
Where was Luke Skywalker originally headed to pick up power converters?
Tashi Station.
Tashi Station. I said into town. I don't know why. I didn't
Tashi
think of
Point
that.
Oh
I
station.
was going to go into town and pick up some characters. No, but he says Tashi Station. Okay. Who was the only rebel pilot to survive all three movies in the original trilogy?
Wedge Antilles.
Yeah, that's what I said, Wedge.
Poor
I was
Porkins.
Yeah.
Poor Porkins. It wasn't Biggs.
Poor Biggs.
Yeah, Biggs had kind of a shitty death scene.
Yeah, he did.
What's going on? Blip.
I should have stayed in the Empire. I shouldn't have
least-
defected.
And
Should have
Porkins,
stayed on Tatooine.
yeah, Porkins was just like,
They came from
came
behind.
from behind like my boyfriend. And then the best one was, what's his name? It just impacted on the surface. Stay on target. Remember that fucker?
Yeah.
And then it just impacted on the surface. And they're like, get out of there. He's like, negative, set up for your attack run. He just kamikazes himself. That guy's gangster.
Yeah, he's
Fucking,
like, I don't. He's
I
like,
ride
I don't wanna
hard
do it.
and I die hard.
I don't wanna
Bitches,
do that.
rebels forever.
I don't want to do this anymore.
And Wedge is like, I can't do anything back here. Sorry.
Bye. See you next movie.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
you, Wedge. I know you're gonna become like the leader eventually and some badass, but he was a puss in that movie versus stay on target. That cowboy guy.
Yeah.
They're wondering if they'll see Wedge Antilles in the Rogue One
I don't know.
thing.
Maybe.
Let's see. The new Star Wars movie is coming out in December. In what month were all 6 original Star Wars films released?
July, I'm guessing.
I said July just because
Because
I
of
think
the
it was
right,
summer.
yeah.
summer blockbuster. Yeah. That it?
And one last one. What species is Yoda?
Yoda.
Ooh, I can't remember.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
I think.
Because there's another Yoda-looking creature in
Yeah.
the council. Yodel.
Yeah.
Yodel?
Yodel,
That was her
yeah.
name?
They're the Yoda species.
Was it a woman?
I don't know. Hard to tell.
Yes. Fuck you, I will. You are the only woman. Oh, so stiff I am.
A woman for me!
Green jizz on your face, I will.
I'm like woman!
I wonder what she talks like.
Yeah.
Is it sexy at all? Hey, Yoda. It's like Miss Piggy. Fuck. And then he goes, oh, talk you will not. He uses the Force. Silence you will.
They're just doing this to each other.
No talking during butt sex. Butt sex only, I do.
Oh, that's great.
This is not a podcast for kids, if
No,
you're
it's
wondering.
No, yeah.
Why were you guys talking about Yoda butt sex? What does that mean? What is green jizz?
Oh, you just got slimed.
Slimed, I don't know.
How do you get so big eating food of this kind? It was like a Twix. It looked like
Yeah.
a Twix candy bar.
No, it
was
wasn't
Luke
it.
eating.
Wasn't it like those peanut butter candy things that like crumble?
It's called
Yeah.
Twix, motherfucker.
It's not Twix. It's like orange. It looked like dense, some dense, nutrient matter
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
A Twix.
It's just a piece of beef jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegan. Yeah.
He's so stoned he'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We talk, I don't know if you saw that our Weed Wars video.
I didn't see that one yet.
Oh yeah, we're just
It's like a 5-minute clip
clip of
taken from
one
the
of
podcast.
our podcasts where We just talk about Yoda being high
Oh, my
on,
God.
Makes
on,
sense.
on
All the
Dagobah.
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, you just think, look at him in the original.
Hotbox the entire planet.
Yep.
I think I said that. Didn't I say that?
You said it at work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
to do here. There is.
Oh, like just how uptight he was in the prequels, and then you see him in the original trilogy, and he's just like totally
He's
chilled
just chill.
out.
Yeah.
Walking
Totally
around.
zen.
Yeah.
He's like, go, you don't need your weapons. Don't worry about it.
There's like no one else there.
Yeah.
Like, you're all by yourself on this swampy shithole.
Yeah.
Backwoods.
Qui-Gon doesn't phase in
Yeah,
anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Asshole.
He does not visit me no
Just
more.
because he was the first one to figure it out, you know. Asshole.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. Do the Sith not have that? Is there no dark side? Like, is there a hell? Like, they don't even... They don't really address that.
No, I think they do.
I'm sure it is in the
In the
comic books.
expanded universe,
Right,
they
which
have that.
does not count anymore. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not canon anymore.
Yeah. We're going to retcon that whole motherfucker. Bam!
Yep. It's like, oh, there's only, 20 years worth of books.
That's okay. I want to hear more about these metachlorians.
Yeah.
I want to know how they work.
Thankfully, they
Just
don't bring that up.
disgusted.
Thankfully, they don't bring that up in any of the books. So
Right.
I'm happy about that.
Hey, we're going to take something that's kind of cool and spiritual, but not too religious in your
Look,
face.
Skywalker.
And then we're going to go, midi-chlorians.
Skywalker was just a whore.
Yeah.
Okay.
George wanted
She
my-
was. She's just a
Oh, I
whore.
gotcha.
She's just a whore.
There was no father. Bullshit. We're going to go on Maury.
Yeah.
Who is
I'm surprised we haven't seen that.
Vader's...
You know, no one hasn't made a
Someone
satire.
probably has made a
hilarious.
meme.
You know.
Someone did this great. It's called Troops. It's
Yes.
a version of Cops.
Yes.
Yes. I love that thing.
My favorites were the
They didn't
where
actually
they
kill...
explain
Yeah.
where they explain the deaths of Ambaru.
Domestic
Yeah.
disturbance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so
Have to
good.
drink her blue milk.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what
They
she was
were like
putting in there.
rednecks.
I was like,
got a
she's just
thermal
juicing.
detonator.
She's just juicing stuff, you know.
Do I have to... I don't know what you're making with all that asparagus, but fuck that shit. I'm not eating it.
So you're just gonna wear whatever you want, huh?
Yeah.
You're not gonna try to be part of the movie. Okay.
Who?
Ambaru.
What do you think she stuck out?
Oh, yeah. Well, she's wearing like some knitted blue jacket, you know, or something like that.
There
you
was
know?
an on-set person who gave that to her.
I guess. But
You gotta remember, Star Wars was low budget.
well, no, I get it. And so that's why he's just like, oh, okay.
That's what's gonna be interesting to see this new movie, because it takes place then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, so are the ships gonna look exact? Because I noticed some of the ships look a little different. Like there was this weird triangle thing on one of the Star Destroyers. Did you
And
notice that?
they only had one of the shield balls on the top instead of the pair. So,
Yeah. They only had one ball instead of
Yeah.
two. It was
But they're like pristine. They're white.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't gotten dirty from space.
and war.
Yeah, which
Dust.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
I had to fight against somebody at some point.
It's all brand new. These ships are brand new.
These are the new models.
Are they going to talk about the clones at all, you think?
Yeah.
Or they're going to be, we're all just...
The clones is fine. I don't have a problem with the clones.
Yeah, no, that was fine. But I mean, they had to have, just like they explained in this one, they stole children and doctrinized them.
Right.
So
And they do mention the clones
Yeah.
in the new one, which is kind of cool. Maybe we should... He says something about
Maybe
the
we
dude
should have done a
from...
clone army.
From,
Harry Potter.
Fuck that movie. The dude from the robot movie. Ex
Oh,
Machina.
Jason Isaacs.
Oh, yeah.
Ex Machina. He's
Yeah.
like, maybe we should use clones.
You know, that surprised me. I did not know that was him.
Yeah.
He looks so different. I thought it was a completely different actor when I watched Ex Machina.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
It's
films
good.
of recent time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
General Hicks is also in that movie.
Hux.
Hux.
Yeah.
Hux.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the guy who they brought there to assess the robot chicks, the sex robot.
Yeah.
Sex robot. Sex
you either get
robot.
Watch
all
me
three of us, or you get nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the contract deal.
Yeah.
Xbox One was a great movie. It's like, we need all three of you.
Watch me tear up the dance floor.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's a fun scene.
That's a great scene.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's weird.
Is why'd you tear up her drawing? Why don't you watch me tear up this dance floor? He's so drunk.
Yeah, it's hammered. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Did we hit
that's
everything?
Magic, Star Wars, May the Force, and the
Magic
Schwartz.
Star Wars.
I hate yogurt,
Yeah.
especially with strawberries. You found anything yet?
For what? Oh, we ain't found shit. Yeah, well, they got the Afro pick
Yeah.
comb. I didn't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's great. That's a great reference.
Good
Only
stuff.
one man dare give me the raspberry.
Right.
Lone Star.
Lone Star.
As the camera keeps going
Sir?
in on him.
Can I get your sir?
What?
I'm running. You don't need that. You can put that down. I'm running.
Well,
Rick
that's the creeps-
Moranis is so fucking great in that
He
movie.
is. I wish he'd come back.
I know.
Do
Wish
more
he, I
movies.
wish he'd come back too. I miss that guy.
Though I have to say, very noble what he did. Stay home, take care of his kids.
Yeah.
Now that they're old enough, he should definitely come back into movies.
Yeah,
It's been too long.
he likes his country music.
Yeah.
So.
As long as he doesn't go to the new Ghostbusters movie, which
Yeah,
looks like
no.
shit. I'm still saying it. He's getting mad at me, but I don't care.
Well, you know, the one thing I don't understand is it's supposed to be completely separate from that universe, and yet the very beginning of the trailer says
They
30
reference
years
it.
ago, it's like 4 men saved the city. And it's like, why did they just take the proton technology from them so they can start the new...
Right.
It's like,
Or are they just referencing that to get people excited?
that's what they're doing.
and then they're just like, it's not part of the universe, but we're just telling you.
Yeah. It's like,
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember that good times you had?
Yeah. We're going to shit all over
Yeah,
them.
not so much the second one, but definitely the
Remember
first
this
one.
amazing thing from your childhood? Yeah, well, fuck all of that, and we're going to shit all over it. Fuck your childhood. We don't care.
Exactly.
Ugh.
You know, there's actually some movies that like should not be remade, redone, or anything like that.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, you don't need to do it. It does not need
No.
an update. It's great as it is.
You leave
You know.
Jack Burton alone.
You know. So we
China
start
is here? What does that mean? I don't even know what the hell that means.
small. You got this crazy guy Lopan who's 9 feet tall with light coming out of his
Yeah.
eyes.
Which Lopan? Little, it's insane in a wheelchair Lopan, or 9 foot tall coming at you nowhere at a nothing Lopan?
That pissed me off to no end.
Why
Kill
am
them
I
for
saying?
me.
Yeah.
James
this
Hong's
really
amazing.
pisses me off.
I got to meet him at
Oh,
one of the comic
really?
conventions. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's
no,
nice.
awesome.
My wife's really big into Buffy, and so James Marsters was there, so she met
Oh,
him.
my wife is obsessed with James
On the
Marsters.
other side, James Hong came in. He parted the screen behind us, like, "Hi guys," and they turned back around to greet his people.
that's so cool.
Yeah, we were standing right there in front of him.
You
Yeah,
can just see like the crowd splits and goes
Yeah.
around to the other side.
it's so cool.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome,
Yeah.
dude. That guy's great.
Yeah. He's still alive.
I know.
He was in that ping pong movie, and
He was in the
Balls of Fury. Balls of
R.I.P.D.
Fury. If you haven't seen Balls of Fury,
Oh, I've
that's
seen
a
that.
great movie.
Yeah, R.I.P.D. He was in that.
we haven't, and I haven't watched it
No.
yet. It just looked hokey.
It's interesting. Better than Fantastic Four.
I haven't seen the new Fantastic Four either.
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah.
It just looked like a thing for teens. I'm like, oh, that's a teen Hunger Games movie. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
No,
I'm not interested.
It was good.
I'm not interested. I'm more interested in the new Punisher,
Gotta go.
Oh yeah.
Deadpool.
You
gotta wrap it
time
up?
Schedule?
No, just need to text him real quickly.
Right on.
Okay. Yeah, we're
No
at 2
schedule.
hours, so that's not unusual.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
What's new, Pussycat?
Oh, man.
that's old music for you guys out there.
That's good music.
Old Tom Jones.
Yeah. What's new, Pussycat?
What's new, Pussycat?
His wife just died recently.
Oh, really?
Tom
I'm
Jones.
sorry.
And he said he would never make music if she died. So let's see if he actually holds to his promise.
Has he made new music since?
He's still in Vegas.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's out there in Vegas getting the old ladies. It's not unusual. And they're all like,
Of course.
yeah. Woo. My mom would like to see him. She's like, I'd love to see Tom Jones. I would too, just to say I've seen him. Like, Kiss is coming here. I would go just to say I've seen Kiss.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would never be like, oh man, Kiss is coming. Like,
I got my Kiss Army card. I'm gonna get it signed by those guys.
what?
I'm just,
Is that a real thing?
I think so.
You
I think in the
motherfucker. Are you
70s.
serious? That's real?
Kiss Army card. Let's look it up.
You look it up. You can kiss my army card. I don't know what that means.
Kiss.
I got a friend, Derek Nettles, who listens sometimes, and he loves Kiss. He's a big Kiss fan. And I told him, yeah, I might go, but I'm not,
Yeah.
To me, Kiss is much like a band that I do love a lot, and people make fun of me. I don't give a fuck. Make fun of me. Insane Clown Posse. They're like, you're like, all right, I get it, but it's not. You'd never be like, okay, Pearl Jam, yeah, they're
Yeah.
artists, okay? They play instruments, blah, blah, blah. And then you see Kiss, which, like Paul Stanley or whatever, he does play guitar, and he's pretty good. But
all
they're
theatrics.
they're performers, theatrics,
Yeah, that's
exactly
exactly what it is.
That looks fake as fuck.
I know it does.
I don't think that's a real thing. I think you made it up.
I think I heard of it in that movie Detroit Rock City.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, because it's about these 4 guys who go driving to Detroit because he wants some tickets on the radio, and when they finally get there, he had won them on the radio, but the radio guy's like, "All right, well, just give me your name," and the guy's like, "Yeah, click," and he left. And he's like, "Well, we didn't get his name or anything, so we're gonna go to the next caller and give it to that guy."
That's wonderful.
It's hilarious.
And then the rest of the night is them trying to get into the Kiss concert, and I think look, and they get beat up by someone, and goes, "Look, that guy's got my wallet, and it has my Kiss Army card in it, and it had his name on it or something like that." So.
Jesus Christ. But it looks fun. Like I bet they put on a great show.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
you know, like you
Look,
said,
you
theatrics.
get a Kiss Visa.
Stop showing me this stuff, please.
I know you're gonna want it.
I'm disgusted already. It's all right. I mean, whatever.
I mean, it's like
fun.
you want to say you've seen certain things, like you
of course.
you want to say you saw David Bowie in concert. You say you want to see like Prince in concert. Now it's too late, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you go to one of the hologram shows, I'm sure somebody will bring.
Yeah.
Try to make
It's
the
like they did
hologram one.
Tupac, so.
I told you he didn't die.
That's not a hologram. That's Jedi revival.
Did you know how many people were
Jedi.
stoned in the audience? Like, holy fuck! I
knew he was
think I
alive.
did see Tupac once. You know, they don't remember it clearly. They're like, I think I did see Tupac.
I saw Tupac in the 2000s.
How old are you?
Yeah.
It was in the 2000s when I saw him.
In Wyoming.
In Wyoming. he, it's one of those things where he could do an entire tour in 1 week. You know, he could hit like seven
As a
big
hologram?
cities. Yeah, as a hologram.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well,
Wait,
what do you mean?
just- you
in
just-
a week, you just
You just-
televise it everywhere.
Right?
to
You just put it on a
every location, yeah.
USB drive, and they just pop it in.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
there it
set
is.
up the little
Is that
screen.
Mormon?
Run program.
The shitty thing is they call it a hologram, but it's just a mesh screen where a projector's putting some shit up there. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I had no idea.
It's like, that's not really a hologram.
Is
A
it-
hologram is there it is. No.
It's 3 dimensions.
Fuck you. It's like projected with lights on, but they have like
Okay.
this mesh shit.
It's
They
like
do it in Japan. It's big in Japan.
I was gonna say, what about that Japan
it's
anime
the same
character
thing
that
that's
does?
mesh.
It's like that most recent episode of The Flash.
Haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it.
that's right,
Haven't
yeah.
seen it.
I'm not going to say anything. That's all I'm going to say.
I watched it. I watched
Yeah.
that last night.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
I'm not as big a fan as DC as I am Marvel, but still, I'm enjoying Flash and Arrow, and I haven't watched Legends of Tomorrow yet.
But like Daredevil, just
Oh, yeah. No,
God,
crushed
that's
it.
amazing.
Now with the
Killing it.
Punisher,
He's killing it, getting his own
great.
spin-off.
I can't wait for Luke Cage.
I want to see Luke Cage. I'm more. As much as I want to see Denny Rain and Iron Fist, and I got nothing invested in that character, but I just want them to do it.
Yeah.
Do it!
You know, just because I want to see how they integrate mysticism in this street level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
In this street, yeah.
Nothing is impossible.
No.
Just do it. What are you waiting for?
My favorite one of those is the guy who opens his balcony door, and he did the audio perfect. He hears, just do it, but it's muffled like it's outside, and then he opens it up, and he goes, Shiley, what the fuck are you doing here? And he goes, I told you to do it! And he goes, I'm gonna call the police. Yesterday, you said you'd do it tomorrow. Just do it! Fucking, he goes, God damn it, Shiloh, I'm calling the police. He closes the door, and he closes it, and then he says some remark. It's hilarious, because it's the way he did the footage, perfect.
That's awesome. Those are
It's a
amazing.
good one, yeah.
Sorry, I get excited about that.
I know. I don't even know what I was saying after.
You don't remember?
I don't remember now.
Oh, well.
Wasn't
We were
important.
talking about Luke Cage and comic
Oh,
books.
Danny Rand. It's
Yeah.
like I just want to see how they'll integrate mysticism in this street level fighting. I mean, they were kind of already starting to do that with the Daredevil. You know, with the. I don't know if we should talk about it. Spoilers.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Have you haven't finished it, have you?
I'm like 3 episodes from finishing
So
Daredevil.
in about 6 months, he'll have that.
Someone fucked it up for me. They're like, oh yeah, when Punisher gets out of prison, I go, I haven't fucking seen that episode, you cock.
Dude, Punisher's so great.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm already loving it.
I like the scenes where they're dialoguing between Daredevil and Punisher. It's like it's almost better than watching them fight. This
It
guy's
really
like,
is.
So Punisher, tell me about your story.
Yes,
tell
me
me
and
about your
Keith were
stories.
ripping on that. They could have fucking made that better. He's tearing up, and he's like laying like they're in a park and picking dandelions and, hey, tell me about your dreams. Do you like unicorns?
Oh, that's wonderful.
The Punisher wasn't doing that. He's like fucked up, and he's against a thing. But Daredevil's just like, do you dream?
What is this, AI?
Yeah. Waiting for Punisher to just be like, you are the biggest pussy. Even though Daredevil is badass.
Yeah.
It's just,
I mean, he
that
took
was
a
an
shot
odd
to the
shot.
He took a shot to the chrome, to the dome.
And how did Punisher know that wasn't going to kill him?
Punisher didn't care, man.
Yeah, but he says, I knew it was going to kill you. He said that to what's-her-name, too. You were never in harm's way. She's like, really? You were firing shotgun rounds. He goes, I didn't kill anybody.
No, it was buckshot. It wasn't
Yeah.
slugs.
Right. But
Yeah.
apparently he's that good.
Yeah,
No, I
he's
know.
He's a sniper.
I know where
Fucking
my shots
surgeon
go.
with this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a wart, I could shoot it
At
off.
this distance, I don't need to be, but
Yeah.
I'm a surgeon with it.
Yeah.
Kill Bill.
Yep.
It's great.
Still awesome. Best Punisher.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know, Dolph Lundgren though. He's pretty-
This is true. That's Swede. That Swedish bastard.
I know.
I must punish you.
In the bedroom.
No, actually, Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
We
Thomas Jane, yeah,
love
that
the
was-
Thomas Jane one.
The way they did it with that was amazing.
And who was that other fucktard
I had no idea.
with that woman direct? No offense to women directors, but she fucked that movie up.
I
It was
don't
terrible.
remember her name.
She was like, well, I
There
have
was-
an MMA background, so we're going to do MMA stuff, and this is just going to be a weird movie.
There was a couple points in it that I liked. I liked when Frank Castle and his cop buddy are standing at this table,
Right.
And the cop buddy's gonna arrest the guy, and Frank just blows his head off with a shotgun
Yeah, it's the
from
best part of the movie.
From from here to there. He just blew his head off, and we're watching. We're like, ah! Like just finally something happened.
Yeah.
And then,
But the whole movie was garbage, and then you get this giant point, and then
Just garbage again.
It's spiked.
Yeah.
It's spiked. Although you and Keith didn't like it, but I liked that scene where Jigsaw is kind of giving his manifesto, and it's got like this American flag in the background.
didn't
I
fit.
thought it was funny.
It felt like
It
they
was
came out of
hokey.
nowhere.
It
with
was
that.
it was hokey, and it did. You're right. It didn't fit, but I liked it. I
Yeah.
just liked the scene as is by itself.
I feel like they were making the film, and then they were watching the dailies, and they go, okay, let's watch what we have so far. You know what? Let's put a weird part in here, because this scene's a piece of shit as it is,
Yeah.
so fuck it. We're going to roll the dice.
Even
can
the
only get
Thomas
worse.
Jane,
Yeah,
the Thomas
exactly.
Jane Dirty Laundry was better than the
Oh,
whole movie.
yeah, that was good. The unofficial Punisher thing.
Yeah.
Poor Thomas Jane. He got hosed.
I know he did.
He's like, yo, I'm going to eat tuna every day and get yoked for this thing. Can I get a
And
second?
people
Can I get a
didn't like it.
second?
I don't
No? No second film? Okay.
People didn't like it. I don't know why. I
You
don't know
the
why
part,
people didn't like
the
it.
part where he blew up the cars and the Punisher skull was there was a little hokey.
It wasn't, but it wasn't.
And having what's
wasn't
his name as a
even.
bad guy,
John
the
Travolta,
Scientologist with the fake hair,
the Battlefield Earth
whose
guy.
son
Yeah.
died because he didn't want to send him to the hospital. Yeah, that guy.
And
Really?
he switched faces with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that movie?
I want to take his face.
Where he took his face off. Wasn't
I
in the
want to take
movie?
his face.
Yeah, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. They were in that.
Yeah, what was it called when he took
I want
their
to take
face
his
off?
Face
face.
Yeah. Face off.
No more drugs. for
No
that
more
movie.
drugs for that
You know what?
guy.
That movie's good, and it's got humor in it, like that humor from The Punisher, without the bullshit in the background. Because
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage character,
He's just fucking crazy.
and he just grabs that
Yeah.
chick in the priest outfit.
Yeah.
Then he executes that bitch on the runway and just drops her out and
Drops
goes,
yeah.
like,
Sorry.
"Fuck you want to do?"
Yeah.
Oh,
And then seeing
man.
John Travolta try to play that character.
Yeah.
He's like, woo, you good looking.
Yeah. No.
Not as good.
Yeah.
See, Nicolas Cage can play crazy
He
because
can.
guess what?
He's
He's
fucking
fucking crazy. Not the bees. Not the bees. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicker Man.
Wicker Man, the
Oh.
remake.
Yeah.
He's
But
so
that's why I
nut-jobby.
liked Ghost Rider 2. I thought
I
Ghost
haven't
Rider
seen
2.
it yet.
Because he's like, he's like morphine. It's like, it's taking over him. And there's like a lot of quick shots. It's like, well, yeah, he's supernatural. Yeah, he's going to quite possibly move fast.
But there's a scene in a PG-13 movie where he's urinating flames from hell and children are watching. Can you guess which commentator from CNN I'm imitating right now? There's
not so much imitating as like drastically mocking.
There's a white baby in Aruba.
That's his favorite line.
I hate that.
White
bitch.
baby in Aruba.
Yeah. Remember the whole thing?
Just
with
visiting. Just
Yeah.
the white baby by itself.
Yeah.
Remember
You know,
the
in Aruba.
scandal with those kids that supposedly raped that chick and they didn't? All those, what are those? Rugby? No, the thing with the sticks. Not a screamer.
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
there you
The
go.
lacrosse team supposedly raped that chick. She was going off on those guys. Turns out the girl lied about it. She didn't say anything about it. No,
She
like
didn't retract.
retraction. No,
Yeah,
I'm
no apology.
sorry. Fuck that bitch.
You know what we're talking about?
Yeah. I know
Nancy
you-
Grace.
Nancy Grace, who's playing a character. She's a WWE
Heel.
all-star.
Yeah, she's a heel.
She's
Like
a
when
heel.
they come out and they're like, "This town sucks,"
Yeah.
and they're pandering to a specific
Yeah.
group. That's what she's doing.
She's Larry the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy doesn't really talk like that at all. He's just doing
A
a
persona.
Thing,
Oh,
yeah,
a persona.
exactly.
Their
And
personas.
he's owning it like Andrew Dice Clay does now. But that's just like become her shtick. But she goes home, smokes weed. She probably has like a New York accent.
Yeah.
But she's just like, oh, I'm a genius. The the stacks of dollars are rolling in. I just rub it on my crotch. Why your crotch? I don't know.
would.
That's my thing.
I would.
Just take $100 bills.
You know, get all the cocaine residue that's on them.
Yeah. Yep.
Straight to the blood system.
Yeah.
Oh, push it. Oh, yeah, push it. Yeah, push it. Push
Just
it.
Ric
Do you know
Flair
you
it all
can-
the time.
You can buy. Woo! Woo! Three-time world champion.
Oh man.
Woo! Did you know you can buy coca leaves on Amazon for teas?
Oh, really?
Legal.
That's
100%
awesome.
legal. It's just like a shitload of caffeine, and you're not going to shut up. Hey guys, let's talk about Star Wars today. Okay, let's do this. But no heart attacks.
No.
It's not like the cut up
Yeah.
added
And
bullshit.
you're not contributing to the war on drugs.
How did we get here? Jesus fucking Christ! Should we wrap this up? We are off the rails.
We'll have to break this up into segments.
Yeah.
You know, it's little mini
Whatever.
episodes.
You know what? If you've stuck with us to the 2 hour and 15 mark, God bless you. If you believe in a God,
Yeah.
may Thor bless you. Odin. I don't know
And
who
the
you guys
Force.
worship, but I worship Odin. And the Force,
the-
yeah.
the
There you
Force.
go. Good call.
Good hell. You know.
May the Force be strong with you. Good weed this is.
But yeah, Jared, Medieval, thank you for coming on over.
Do you have like a Twitter handle
Yeah,
or
I was just
anything?
gonna say.
I believe it's just Jared Medieval.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Jared,
Jared
can you spell it
Medieval.
out?
JaredMedieval.
Boom.
Let me see one of those
I'm a
cards.
medieval
Let me see
man.
one of those cards.
Do you have a podcast of your
one
own?
of our cards.
No, I don't have a podcast of my own.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, but you and a couple
I'm
of
working
buddies
with a couple people to try.
yeah, you're trying to get one started,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Do you have a name for it? You want to shout it out yet or not yet?
It's called what was it?
If you don't-
Birdfeed.
Birdfeed. Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, that's
I like
awesome.
it, your bird feed.
That's way better than ours. Ours is
If it changes, let us know. So
yeah.
that, you know,
Let us know, and we'll
yeah,
uh,
Birdfeed.
we'll see if we
bird feed.
can.
All right, well,
Yeah, on
we'll
Twitter.
we'll
Yeah.
definitely.
Cross-
Okay, so bird feed on Twitter. Let them know. You want to hear a podcast from him. You can always reach Jared on Twitter. Medieval. As always, you can reach us here in the Dry Shitties, Washington, at Ceraug.podbean.com. Also on Facebook, Ceraug. Twitter at Ceraug Podcast, and email Ceraug@yahoo.com.
Yeah. Again, anybody who wants to go to Badger, the few folks that showed up last time, thank you. That was fun. I'm still training for Adams, so if anybody wants to
Excellent.
meet there, just shoot me an email or
He's gonna
whatever.
climb a mountain
So
Nice.
go and climb Adams,
Like,
man. Staying a night up
with
there.
his own feet.
I know.
He's gonna walk
My
up it.
feet trying to break in these goddamn boots, but that's a whole other story. So,
Yeah. And also,
what else is coming up?
Captain America: Civil War comes
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it tomorrow night.
Well, fuck you then.
Me too.
And
10-10.
So I would like you to see it. Hope before
I will try.
Before we get back on the podcast. We're gonna want to talk about it. So hopefully next time we will have a Civil War review. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The North wins.
That joke's only 150 years in the making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Finally, I can use it.
Not a south winds, motherfucker.
Yeah, anybody see my foot?
South's still gonna take it. I love how there's still people around that say
South will rise again.
it will come back.
Yeah.
Why do you care? You're 16. God, you weren't alive. Anyways,
You weren't alive.
I digest.
What, did you lose your help?
Right.
You know. See, I said help.
Black people standing around is just antique farm equipment. You're like, oh my God,
just
this
standing
guy.
around.
Did you just say antique farm equipment?
Just standing around doing
Yeah,
nothing.
we don't need you,
Oh, man.
and we don't
You
need
know,
people like you.
when they're,
so disappear, please.
You know, before the Civil War, they all had jobs. They were all doing something.
Right.
Now they're just standing around.
By the way, that guy talking, he has no job.
Yeah, no
just
job.
standing around.
I'm
talking.
holding out for management.
Yeah. I'm holding out for a bigger position. Where? At Walmart? Nah, man, I wish I could get on at Walmart.
Oh man.
McDonald's.
They wouldn't hire
Oh man,
me.
that's a dream.
Yeah.
Free food.
Neither one would hire me, but, whatever.
I guess I'll just have to wait until I'm 50 so I can work the door.
There you go. Welcome, Mom. How can I help you?
Here, have a nice. Here's a sticker. Here you go. Here's a sticker. And I could yell at the young kids bringing in the cards. Hey, that's bringing in too many cards at once. You need to go get some more, but don't bring in too many.
Union rules say you can't bring in more than 5. Make everybody else look bad. Put us out of a job. Don't work so hard.
And it's only 160 degrees outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And make sure you fill up on your 10-minute break. You know.
Oh, that's great.
Well, all right.
All right. Peace
Thank
out.
you, Jared, for coming.
Yeah, thanks for
you
coming,
for
man.
inviting me.
That
It
was
was a lot of fun.
First, real guest.
Yeah.
First real guest. No dog on Keith's like family. So
Right.
you know,
Right.
that's just,
He's like my brother.
yeah.
This
We're
guy's
all
like my
brothers,
brother
brothers.
from another
Brothers.
mother.
Yeah.
Brother, that's where the power is, brother.
Yep.
So, all right. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.